Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we're going to be playing some more Victor, getting ready for calling Columbus this weekend. And I have a new, idea, a new concept that we're going to try tonight. I was chatting with my buddy Randy, who is on our newly formed team. And we were talking about the Verdance math and how it plays out with multiple copies of Poison the Well versus a copy of Poison the Well and Arcane Compliance. So tonight, we are going to be trying that to see how it goes. But yeah, we're going to see what happens. I'm going to talk about all that here in just a few minutes. But yeah, that's where we're going to be looking for Verdance specifically tonight to see how that goes, how it feels. And from there, we're going to determine how the Verdance matchup feels going into this weekend and what we should be looking for. Anyway, I'm done rambling now. Bringe, Mekado, Dave, Steve, let's see, Rose, Ben, GQ, Ian, Jay, Noob, Trent. What is up, guys? How is everybody? Thanks for being here. I'm glad you guys could come by and hang out tonight. Let's go Bringe with a 3-day streak and Mekado with a 5-day streak over on Twitch. I appreciate that. Yo, Valk, what up, dude? How are you, brother? Did I spy an Aftershock blue in your list? You might have seen a blue Aftershock. We're going to talk about that here in just a minute. I was also talking to Noob today about some concepts that he has been testing in Victor, and we're going to test some of those tonight to see how it feels or how it lines up, and to see if we actually get to do any of it or see any of the value tonight. But we're going to try it, and we're gonna try that and see how it goes. So yeah, we have a couple cards we're going to talk about that we changed inside of our list. I'm scared. Pleiades is matching my Victor and being a bully deck. The Pleiades deck is good. The Pleiades deck is a lot better than people think it is, and we need to be prepared for it. So we're going to talk about that as well. I've gotten compliance value one time since it came out. Card is such bait. So Ludiful, we're going to talk about why I actually think you're wrong about that. Sometimes I agree, but I think it is correct, and I'm going to break that down for you. By the way, if you watch this back later and you bought my Victor Metafy guide, I may posted an update today to a handful of matchups talking about some things that I've changed. And one of them was the Verdance matchup, and I break down the math line by line, how all the activations work, what you're supposed to do. So if you are a Victor player and you are looking to get that written out, it's in my Victor guide. And if you've already bought it, you already have it. So yeah, there it is. It's already there. But we're going to talk about all that stuff. I hate the Pleiades more than Victor, and I play Gravy Bones. Oh, yeah. No, I think the Pleiades deck is much scarier for you as Gravy Bones than Victor is, for sure. And also, not much time till we lose the Earth Heroes. The Earth Heroes could be gone fast. Florian could be gone before RTN season's over with, actually. Has me hoping LSS might ban Hungry for More. Ooh, I don't know about that. That would be a wild pull. But the deck is good. The deck is very powerful. Why are we testing bad cards? Because the math works on it. And I'm going to explain why. I bumped into Pleiades today for the first time. Went the way I expected. Did you intimidate all their cards and they die? Trent, is that what happened? Had my first Armory of the year. Highlight was sending 46 Rune Chants with a Felling to kill a Fatigue Goliath. Yeah, that terrifies me. 46 Rune Chants terrifies me. Thankfully, as Victor, most of the time we can kill you before it happens. I mean, when Compliance works, it's really insane, but all players are playing around it now. So give me just a minute. Let me explain and break it down, and then we can have that conversation. But let me at least explain it. In theory, Pleiades can almost infinitely gain life with Hungry for More. I mean, there's a lot of really cool things that Pleiades can do. The deck's very, very powerful. Yo, Messenthelial, what's up, buddy? We might have figured out a Cilio for gravy. What are you doing that's lets you figure out a Cilio for gravy? I'm curious to know, Rose. Okay, so let's talk about some of the cards that we're playing, some of the cards that I'm changing, and why I'm changing them. Like what my thought process is, so that you guys can be aware of it. So, the first card I want to talk about is Blue Aftershock. Blue Aftershock was suggested to me by Noob, who hangs out in the chat, and he was saying that turn 0 is probably the best turn you can play Blue Aftershock, because you can utilize Tectonic Plating and then also throw Blue Aftershock to have 2 surges in play. If you are able to arsenal a Spinal Crush or a Peck Perfect or draw into one, you now have the ability to play it off of a 1-card hand, meaning that Blue Aftershock has a ton of value on turn 0. And even though I'm not on Peck Perfect in my list right now, it is something I've been debating. And so the value of being able to make a 1-card play off of Spinal Crush or off of Peck Perfect means that Blue Aftershock is at least worth testing. Plus, I think it's slightly better than Headbutt right now. So that's the thoughts. That's where I'm at. That's what I am. That was the conversation that was had today, and so that's what we're That's what we're going to be testing tonight. Step 1, concede. Yo, Steven just hitting him with it. Yeah, because their deck doesn't have any damage that I care about other than CNC. I mean, yeah, so you just don't, like, you're just taking whatever they throw at you, right, Trent? And then just blocking when you have it. Like, you just block when you don't have it, I guess. Cilio is easy. All you got to do is play Scrub the Deck. I don't even know what Scrub the Deck does, dog. Noob said, I agree with myself. Yep, LOL. Arcanite Skullcap for Cilio. I need to test it more, but could be good. I am playing Skullcap into multitude of matchups, and Cilio is one of them, yes. Oh, it's a secret? Oh, Rose isn't going to share? Rose isn't going to share her secret? Okay. In my games, Verdance is using their hero power pings with the rampant growths rather than rather that compliance does work. So I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna explain. It's the shit cards you tried to get me to play when Tipple got banned. Oh. It's so funny how it all comes full circle, Sam. I forgot about that. I forgot about that podcast episode, dude. That was hilarious. Oh, man. That's so funny. That is so funny. Oh, okay. So the other card that I want to talk about is Arcane Compliance. I have been playing 2 copies of Poison the Well in my Victor deck for the Verdance matchup, but I have now done the math, and you are better off to play 1 copy of Arcane Compliance and 1 copy of Poison the Well if your opponent is playing Surgent Aethertide specifically, because even though both copies of Poison the Well in one hand allows you to brick 2 of their potions that they crack, the Arcane Compliance can save you upwards of 18 to 22 points of damage, depending on how much comes across from the Surgent Aethertide. Now, if they're on Waning Moon, Arcane Compliance is a blue, and we would obviously rather have Poison the Well, but Arcane Compliance with Verdance boarding Surgent Aethertide into us is very, very impactful and can go a long way at slowing down their combo and helping us save a lot of life. You guys feel like that was? We're gonna call that one about 12:30. Okay, let's talk about this card. Now, I've already had 2 or 3 people say that the card is bad and that it doesn't work. Stick with me. Give me just a minute. The ideal combo turn for Verdance is that they have all 4 potions in play, and that they are going, like, in the world where we are using Arcane Compliance, they are playing Surgent Aethertide into us, which has become more and more common for a lot of these decks. A lot of these Verdance decks have been playing Arcane Compliance into us, and so we have, or not Arcane Compliance, they've been playing Surgent Aethertide into us, which means even with 2 copies of Poison the Well, we are still losing because the Surgent Aethertide stacks so much damage on top of it. Okay, if we have 2 copies, of Poison the Well, they crack a potion, gain 2 life. Crack a potion, gain 2 life. The 3rd and 4th potion we negate. So they have gained 4 life, right? Then they go rampant growth, rampant growth, rampant growth, and life. That is 3 more pings. That is 3 more Verdance pings. They have gained 7 life at this point in time. They have put 5 Verdance pings on the stack. At this point in time, we have a Poison the Well in arsenal, a Poison the Well in hand, and then 3 other blues. So we pitch 2 blues, leave 1 resource floating. We have Poison the Well. We have played both of our Poison the Wells to negate 2 potions. So we have a blue, and we have 1 resource floating to deny the Verdance pings. Now that we are there, they go Surgent Aethertide. Well, they gain 7 life, which means they have amped 21. Surgent Aethertide comes in for 22. When it comes in for 22, we pitch our blue and our 1 floating to AB4. We take 18 damage. They then follow this up with a, I don't know, like a shock, like a 0, an Arcane Twining or something. Let's just make it simple. So it is a 1 plus 18. We are out of resources. That is 19 damage. That is a combined total of 37 damage that we are incapable of blocking off the Surgent Aethertide activation. 37 damage that we are incapable of blocking when we had 2 Poison the Wells and 3 blues in hand. That is the math on how that works out. If we are playing Arcane Compliance and Poison the Well, and we have 3 other blues in hand, it is less damage that we take. Crack a potion, gain 2 life. Crack a potion, gain 2 life. They crack a 3rd potion, gain 2 life, right? So they gain 6 life. Our Poison the Well negates their 4th potion. And so they have gained 6 life and put 3 Verdance pings on the stack. They then play all 3 copies of Rampant Growth and Life, put 3 more Verdance pings on the stack. We have played our Poison the Well from Arsenal to deny them the 4th potion. We have pitched 2 blues to be able to deny them the value of the Verdance pings, because if they have Ring of Roses in play, it could matter. So we are left with an Arcane Compliance in hand and 1 blue. These are the resources that we have access to. They have now gained, 9 life. They've gained 9 life. So they go 9, 18, 27, Surgent Aethertide for 28. So it comes in for 28. We pitch our blue that is not Arcane Compliance because they still have a card in hand, or they have a card in arsenal, or whatever it is. And we're assuming it's Arcane Twining, right? So from here, we block 3, take 25. They then go to play the Arcane Twining or whatever 0-cost shock thing they have, and it's supposed to come in for 26 damage. We play Arcane Compliance to make it come in for 1. We take 26 total damage off of the perfect hand for us into their combo. We have saved ourselves 11 life on the Surgent Aethertide combo by having Arcane Compliance and having Poison the Well instead of having 2 copies of Poison the Well. If your opponent is on Waning Moon, it is obviously better to be on 2 copies of Poison the Well instead of 1 and 1. At Battle Hardened Atlanta, I played 2 Verdants that were both playing Surgent Aethertide into me. I have our local Verdants who test with Surgent Aethertide into me. That is what I think a lot of Verdance players are going back to doing. It seems like Surgent Aethertide has started to be the thing that people are using to reach over the combo. So by saving life, we are making it to where it is easier for us to stay alive. If we take 26 damage on that combo turn where we had Arcane Compliance and we had 1 Poison the Well, we are then in a situation where if their next pitch-stacked hand is Stormstriders, discard Arcane Twinning, and throw Light Up the Leaves at us for 7, we only have to be at 34 to stay alive, because Surgent Aethertide cannot hit us, which means that our threshold, our life threshold for staying alive is 34 life. We can never go any lower if we want to stay in that position. That is the math. That is how it all breaks down. Like, it is objectively correct knowing that to play Arcane Compliance and Poison the Well over 2 copies of Poison the Well. I will I will now be taking comments that I have explained it to you all. I will now, we can now have this conversation. Any tips on how not to get discouraged playing on Talishar? Playing with buddies, perfectly fine. Playing with random people, rage-inducing. So, Paul, I guess I would ask, what's making you so angry? What's making you so angry about playing against random people? And that's a genuine question. Sergeant is just a higher ceiling, so it's necessary versus a tanky deck like yours? Sure. At this point, is it worth playing Sigils and Oasis? I think if we were going to play Sigils and Oasis, we should play a different deck. Honestly, I think we should just play a different deck. Or, maybe there's a world where we are just wanting to be so prepared for this matchup that, we cut, a couple copies of Staunch and we play 2 Sigils in the sideboard. And we play a way to gain life that way. I don't know. Gravy makes me angry. LOL, that's funny. As a resident Aethertide hater, even as a Verdance lover, I'm so happy you're doing this. Yeah, sure. No, and you're not playing Aethertide. That's fine. But, a lot of Verdance players are. And that's becoming more popular in, the area that I live in. What happens if you play against me and I'm on mono moon? Okay, so I did the math on this earlier. If you are on mono waning moon and you're going to do the combo against me, it is 29 damage is how it all plays out with waning moon. So I'll walk through that as well, just so we can have that discussion and talk about it. You have so again, your hand is blue for waning moon, 3 copies of rampant growth in life, and then a 0 cost thing in arsenal, right? Or whatever it is. So from here, you have the ability to, you go potion, gain 6. I pitch a blue for all 3 of the pings. The 4th one, I poison the well because I have 1 poison the well. So now my hand against waning moon is just 4 blues because you're not arcane compliance. I can't arcane compliance a good Verdance in this spot. So from here, when this happens, you're going to play 3 rampant growth in lives. I'm going to give you a 2nd blue. So you pitch 2 blues. You have pitched 2 blues and played a poison the well. Well, now you have gained that same 9 life. So it is 9, 8, 27. You throw waning moon for 29 at me. Well, from here, I have 2 blues in my hand. I AB6, take 23, and that's the extent of your combo turn. And then let's say that you don't have a 0 cost, you don't have a shock in your arsenal. 6/7, 6/7. So I've taken 23 this turn from the combo. And again, all of this is in a vacuum in a perfect world. And then you throw what's the 1 cost 4 arcane thing, pulsing ether life or whatever it's called. Let's say you throw that at me because you have 1 resource floating off of a blue. You throw 4 at me, I take 27. Well, now if you have pitch stacked that turn, your reach is farther on the next. Your reach is further on the next turn. So your reach on that follow-up turn is going to be better because you had less damage on that. You had less. You're giving up ceiling to play waning moon to be able to you're giving up ceiling to be able to play consistently. And so now that I've taken 27, I am at 13, which means your reach on the following turn with the arcane twining is 10, which means, is 10, which means I need to be at 38. So I have to be at 38 or whatever it is. Whatever it is. So usually I stack 3 rampants, 1 blue plus heartbeat. So moon for 35. Okay. So, I mean, I feel like even if it is for 35, I'm still taking 29. So you have, the thing about this is there is no bullet, there is no perfect plan into Verdance. There is no perfect plan for us. We have to tech the best way we can based off the way the math allows me to play it out. And if I could play 2 Poison the Wells and 1 Arcane Compliance, I would, but I can't. So, what in that situation, when you come in for 35, I have to pitch 2 blues, take 29 damage from there, and then after that, I have to hope that you didn't pitch like a burn bear or a lot of the leaves after that to kill me. Like that's all I have. Like that's like all you can do. Something we also have to be aware of is being about 34 life or whatever the threshold is, and still being lower on life than them to use AB from Skullcap. Yeah, I agree, Jake. It is a very fine line to walk. I just simply kill my opponent. I have been thinking on Sigil lately, but we are simply too tight on sideboard at this point. I used to play Sigil to fake pummels, but no one believes I play pummel anymore. I mean, yeah, I get that. Are you sacrificing tech for anything on this list? What do you like? Like, are you asking, Matt, are you asking if I'm sacrificing tech for other matchups? With 3 pots, 3 rampants, and 3 heartbeat? Oh, sure. So I'm at 32. Then, so I have to take 32. Yeah. So then at that point, there is no way for me. If you are doing that plan, there is no way for me to like beat the follow-up. There's no way for me to beat the follow-up. I mean, I guess we could cut like performance bonus and play 2 poisons and an arcane compliance. I mean, I don't know. Like that, I think the list is too tight as it is anyway. I just don't know that we have room to give up anything else. Or maybe we play 1 staunch and maybe we play like a second poison the well. I have just played too many games where if I was playing against like a very, very high level Verdance, like, I mean, a Verdance that like really knows the matchup inside and out, 2 Poison the Wells is not going to do it against Search and Aethertide. So I'm trying to tech so that I can play into both, and this gives me game into both at least, is my idea. So Matt, I mean, I would say that like the one matchup I am truly just cutting tech for right now with the way that my deck is set up is Gravy Bones. Like I'm not playing Rampart, I'm not playing Tunic, I'm not playing more copies of Midas Touch or Performance Bonus. Like I'm just not playing a lot of these things that like other people are like teching for in their sideboard. So like this weekend, like in Columbus, if I play against multiple Gravy Bones, I'm gonna have a bad weekend. Like there's a chance I could win some of those games, but like there is a pretty high chance that I do not have a good weekend if I end up playing against Gravy Bones the entire weekend. Like that's just kind of where I'm at right now. This feels like that Charles Xavier thinking meme. It's weird that Florian's going to be banned soon. I feel like he hasn't been around long since he was played in spikes of popularity. He has seen like high levels and then low levels of popularity. It has been kind of odd. I agree. Yo, Chris, with a 7 stream watch streak. I appreciate that, Chris. Thank you, buddy. What is the second remembrance for? Pleiades. Like it's good against Pleiades. It's good against Huntsman. Like I play. Those are the 2 matchups I play second remembrance into. I straight up lost to Fatigue Pleiades playing against my teammate at the Battle Hardened because I was not on second copy of Remembrance. It is possible, and I'm gonna stretch this out here. It is possible to beat Fatigue Pleiades on only 1 copy of Remembrance, but the second copy of Remembrance, while it doesn't necessarily make it free, it does swing the game in our favor in a big way because they're going to run out of D-Reacts. They're going to run out of boots. They're going to run out of all the things that give them good defensive tools. And from there, I don't care to protect my life total and use that second copy of Remembrance to either play copy 7, 8, 9 of Visit Goldmane Estate or just like get back Golden Suns and Machos to like close the game out with reach and things like that. I guess we'll write that one down. I had not planned on talking about second copy of Remembrance, but it's not a bad one. We decided Smashing Good Time wasn't the answer already, right? Yes, I did test that, Chuck, and it did not pan out very well. Like, it was fine in a very aggressive hyper aggro version of the deck, but like it was okay. It was like it was okay. It just like you needed to be on pummels, zealous belting, rouses. You needed to be on the hyper aggressive version of the deck. I kind of want to put another one in my deck. Is there ever a world where we cut the majority of the Verdance tech for Zealous and Pummels and try to run her over with Rebound gone? So I have not tested that theory since Singapore. Like, I will be wholeheartedly honest with you. My matchup with Verdance going into Singapore was to play AB2, I was playing Boots and Legs. I was playing Gloves and Boots, and I was playing Crown of Dominion and Shield in the matchup, and I was playing AB2 so that I could, like, try to block a little bit here and there. And then I was on like Zealous, I was on Tunic, I was on 3 copies of Pummel, I was on Smashing Good Time, was on Rouse. I was on this very aggressive, like, hyperactive list, and I was not winning games a lot, but I was winning game. I did win, like, so calling Singapore, I beat the one Verdance I played, but I absolutely high rolled the shit out of them. Like, I think you have to just mega juice them if you're going to play aggro like that, and you have to know what to block and when to take turns off for. It's very hard to do, but you can do it. Yo, what's up, Martin? Do you think Pleiades is the best / most to watch out for as fatigue goes? I mean, I think there's only really 2 viable fatigue decks right now, and I think we're stretching the second one, if I'm being honest. The biggest fatigue deck right now that you should be paying attention to is the Pleiades deck. It's very good. It fits into the meta very, very well. Like, it has play into every single matchup. It has bad matchups, just like anything, don't get me wrong, but it is also, like, just a very solid deck. And, like, in the Fatigue Pleiades deck, you are able to play the life gain. You're able to play, like, like the sigils and stuff like that to gain some life. So I really like that. But the other Fatigue deck, I guess, would be Fatigue Jarl, but it feels very out of the meta. If Gravy makes a big return, then I could see Fatigue Jarl being pretty solid. I still have to read your Victor manifesto. Well, dude, Chuck, I appreciate you partaking in the guide. I appreciate that a bunch. So tonight, we're going to be looking specifically for Verdance, and that's, like, what we are going to be trying to play against tonight, because I want to see how this feels tonight. And if anybody's hanging out and they're Verdance players and they want to play into me, whether you're on Surge and Aethertide combo or not, I need to play against both. Worst matchup is probably Gravy, but you can skill gap them. If you play a bad Gravy as Fatigue Pleiades, you can definitely juice them. How much does the manifesto cost? So if you are a paid subscriber on Metafy, which is like $5, it is half off. So if you become a paid subscriber, you can buy the guide for like $15 total, including the subscription, like the paid subscribership. But if you are like, if you don't want to do that and you just want to buy the guide, it's $20. Jarl is still scarier, honestly, with the ability to destroy equipment. I mean, Jarl is good into specific heroes. Jarl is a fatigue deck that targets a meta very, very well. But Jarl is not a deck that plays well into an open meta, and I think Pleiades plays very well into the open meta. How close is Reinhardt to Verdance? Yo, Trent, you're just pushing it tonight, aren't you? Trent's just trying to incite violence tonight. Oh. Let's swap to our gameplay recording in case something happens. You guys can catch it on TikTok later. Best $20 I could spend on Victor. Rose, I appreciate that very much. I appreciate that. I really hope that everybody who is like purchased the guide and is like read it, like really enjoys it. And I mean that like, like not as like a, I want you to say that if you didn't, but I just like, I don't know. Like I poured a lot of time into that. Like I really dumped like, like a lot of like, I called it my passion piece very seriously, because I dumped my feelings into that guide and that matchup, just trying to, like, make it just as good as possible. So can you sell the guide a bit? Sure, Jake. I feel weird selling you guys stuff, but I'm more than happy to talk about it. Katsu, yo, what's up, dude? With a 5-stream watch streak, Katsu, thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. All right, so Jake, like on a real note, like as far as selling it, I talk about it's broken up into sections. I think it is like, I don't remember how many words it is. I'd have to look. It's like 27,000 words, I think is what it was. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but it really is. It is 57 pages long. I talk about Victor's driving force. I talk about my blue base. I talk about the equipment suite that I'm playing. I talk about really important tech cards. I have about 9 to 10 pages of cards that is just laid out for like tech cards, cards that I might be playing at the time, cards I might not be playing. You know, and I say that because if you buy the guide 3 months from now, like I will update it as it keeps going, but I update the matchups more than I do anything. And then today I actually made some updates to the guide where I updated the Verdance matchup section. I updated the Pleiades matchup section, the Acilio matchup section, and the Valda matchup section. And so like it has 3 pages talking about Victor's driving force and what I feel like fuels the deck. It has about 10 pages talking about key tech cards and equipment pieces that I think stand out in the deck. And then it has, I think, 35 pages, 30 to 35 pages of hero matchups. And then like I have a section at the end talking about Victor's place in the RTN season meta. I have like, I'm going to update that for like, you know, like how it fits into the, oh, we want to go first in this matchup. Yo, Chris, if this is you, best of luck to you, man. And I'm going to like add a section when we get to Yokohama to talk about how it fits in for Yokohama and things like that. So it's just, it's a lot of like, I have dumped a lot of interactions that I think about, a lot of interactions that I like and stuff like that. So I have really poured a lot of that into like the thing. I still can't read though. I'll get it when I learn how to. That's so funny. Sam out here selling the guide. I appreciate it. Arcane Compliance, Boulder Drop, Clash of Bravados, E-Strikes, Poison the Well, One Remembrance, and Toigs. And we're going to cut a Test of Strength because we would rather have Toigs over Test of Strength. That is the matchup guide here. I have played this matchup maybe a couple of times today, testing this to see how it feels. So, oh, today is the 26th. We are playing Verdance, and we are going first. All right. So, Waning Moon it is. This hand is not great. It's fine. I'm actually just going to pitch that to make a surge and then pass. We'll arsenal the Boulder Drop here, and then we'll just pass to them. Now, against Waning Moon, we mentioned that the threshold was that 34 life that we're looking for. I am trying to, my objective this game is to stay at 35 life or better. That is what I'm hoping to accomplish this game. You got to shill yourself before anyone else will. Tell us about your passion. I mean, and Martin, I get that and I appreciate that. I don't know. I just always feel so weird. Like, I feel like I'm selling you guys things, and I don't know. Like, I don't want to have to. I don't know. I just don't ever want to feel like I'm selling you guys stuff, I guess. So we're gonna pitch the. We're actually gonna pitch this. We're gonna pitch the Boulder Drop to play the Goldmane Estate here. And then hopefully we rip into a blue. Well, putting 3 reds in our pitch stack to start, actually, that's just wrong. We're just going to keep this and pass and hope they attack. I feel like someone wants to sell me something. I know. I always feel so weird, like, pushing things on you that, like, you guys have to spend money on. Like, and, like, when I did this stream for, like, the opening the gold foil for, like, 20 gifted, I was like, God, you're such a scumbag, Zach. Jesus. Like, I don't know. It just always feels so weird to me. Well, oh, you were quoting SpongeBob? I mean, both can be true simultaneously, you know? We're just going to have to play Remembrance when we draw it. It feels like. We're already at 35, which is not good. I know, right? Wizard tech is crazy. This is one of those matchups that, like, I was just sitting here earlier and I was like, God, I wish I could just play like 40 blues into this matchup. And so I was sitting there and I was like, what tech blues can I play that make this that make this better? And I was like, I don't know. I was very like back and forth on that earlier today. Like what blues can I play? Like how can I up my blue count just to like try and make this matchup a little bit better? And then I was thinking, well, like we could play like Rouse and like, we could like do some other stuff like to make this a little bit better. I don't know. I'd like you to know shilling does not make you a scumbag. Playing Fatigue Victor makes you a scumbag. Oh, that's too good. That is too good. I love that, Foxy. You do spend a lot of your time entertaining us, so you deserve something in return. I appreciate that, Hello. I don't know. I can't help it. It's like that part of my brain that's like, I don't know. Like I'm already like streamer boy, like asking for money. So it's like asking you to like give me money for something that I put on paper just always feels weird, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. I'm weird. So we're gonna block like this because we want to stay at a higher life. Means you still have a soul. Thanks, Trent. I appreciate that, buddy. Okay, drawing into a disable's good. We're gonna pitch the compliance here because it's just a blue. It doesn't really matter with what we're trying to accomplish here. We're gonna arsenal the remembrance. Make a new surge. And we're gonna throw the boulder drop because I just want to clear it out of my arsenal and get that remembrance in there. Let people support you if they want, damn it. What's up, Colby? It literally isn't weird though. You are class conscious, so it's normal to make you feel guilty. Yeah. Guys, I really appreciate it. Like the kind words make me feel like maybe I'm not just like some money hungry prick because I don't ever want to come across that way. So I really appreciate it, guys. It means a lot. Okay. Let's win. Let's win this game. Let's win against Verdance so I can continue to cope and tell myself that this is an okay matchup. I never want to hear you say, 'cause I want it that way. I listened to a lot of the Backstreet Boys on my way to and from Atlanta. Yo, thanks, Kasu. I appreciate that. All right, so now we are in make surges and swing hammer territory. We've got some gold set up, so we're good to like swing the hammer. Copyright DMCA. Yo, I swear, sometimes I have like played like some of the weirdest clips on my channel before and like gotten like like the copyright message, and I'm like, over what? Listen, I love Backstreet Boys. Can you go over your game plan real quick? I just got here, so don't repeat yourself if you just talked about it, but I see Arcane Compliance. Oh, okay, sure. So Michael, you can go back and kind of watch the beginning. I actually broke down all of the math, and you can scroll back to where Arcane Compliance is pulled up on the screen because that's when I was talking about it. But the idea is that if our opponent is playing Surge and Aethertide, Arcane Compliance saves us somewhere between 15 to 20 damage, as opposed to second copy of Poison the Well. So I'm on one copy of Poison the Well and one copy of Arcane Compliance. But if our opponent is on Waning Moon, then two copies of Poison the Well is better. So we're testing compliance tonight. Yeah, Bell knows what's up. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Now number 5, I never want to hear you say, woo! Chills, literal chills. That's him. Number 5 killed my brother. Oh, I totally forgot about that part. You guys watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you know. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is like one of the funniest shows I've ever watched in my life. Did you just say muted? Oh, it's so funny. I subbed because you put out great content, also because you willingly did a random game of commentary with me. I mean, dude, Ian, when you reach out to me, I love doing that, man. That was so much fun. I loved when you like reach out to me about doing that, dude. I was like, yeah, this is great. Yo, we will target ourselves. Please, God, let us hit. That's a big win. That's a big win. Okay, so we clashed into a test of Iron Grip and they had rampant growth in life. We put ours in the bottom, revealed Aftershock. That is a massive W. Rip Captain Holt. Oh, dude. Andrew Brower, I think was his name. Phenomenal. Like, I only knew him from the one show, but he was great. Interesting. It's already in Arsenal? Kind of intrigued by this. I definitely need Marlin to be good. I mean, they've said multiple times Marlin will get support. I am very intrigued by this play. I am very intrigued by this play. So this is going to come in for 5. We're going to cover this up, and then we're going to throw E-Strike for 7. I wonder if Chris plays a lot of Verdance, or maybe Chris is new to Verdance. I'm not sure, because this is not normally what I see Verdance doing against us. Yeah, Chris played Life, but no Everbloom there at instant speed. Goes to 38. I love every time Verdance gains life against us. I love that. Like, every time they gain life against us, it's just more times we can throw the hammer at them and not get punished by being lower life than them. Because being lower life than them is like such a important part of this matchup to keep in mind. We're not gonna play Remembrance yet. If we draw like our second estate here, we might run it out or something. There's Poison the Well. We can pitch stack that. Although it is turn 8 and we haven't seen any combo pieces. Yeah, Michael, we're looking for Verdance games all night to test this, so I'm hoping that we can make this look good tonight. But singing Backstreet Boys is where I draw the line unsubbed. Yo, listen, if you're not cultured, just say something, you know? Like, if you're not cultured, just say something. It's all good. It's all good, dude. Backstreet Boys is gas. At the interest of just keeping life up, I mean, at this point in the game, I'm actually just assuming that, like, my opponent is on, like, another level of, like, what they're trying to accomplish. So I'm assuming that, like, this is all part of the plan. Until my armory, if that's the case. Oh, I appreciate that, Michael. I appreciate that, man. What are you playing at your armory tonight? If you don't mind my asking. I am going to swing the hammer. I don't think they want to see any more combo pieces come off the top, so. I mean, yeah, you know, Fro, I try to be as upbeat as I can. If I was playing in a calling right now, like if this was a calling, if this is like round 3 of a calling and my opponent sits down and this is how they play, I am sitting down assuming that there is like a new way to play this matchup that I am unaware of, and they are about to like absolutely obliterate me with it, is what I am assuming. But sometimes I'm wrong about that. That I would rather that be how I think about what they're doing. So this is going to be 4, and they're amping 1, so this is going to be 5. So we're going to pitch this and have 2 floating this way. We're going to go double blue and then red. I mean, we're having to, like, unfortunately, like, stack a lot of, like, reds into our deck, which I don't like. We're just going to keep this in hand. This is fine. With the way our stack has come up, I'm actually pretty happy to just, like, play Remembrance now and then get 2 estates and a Spinal Crush here. As weird as that sounds. These are the best things that allow us to deny combo, so, like, we're just putting blues into our deck. I'm totally okay with that. I think it's better than letting it go to the bottom. Plus, we put, like, 3 reds, and, like, we've had a weird stack so far. I am going to block 6, put the Cranial Crush on the bottom, and then Arsenal the Spinal Crush. We have a 4-turn window here where I am going to wait to see if they put any copies of potions into play. And if there are no potions that get put into play, we are just going to start, like, going upstairs and getting aggressive here in a few turns. Is down 2 of their rampants. Does your game plan change in this game? Yes, absolutely. Normally, I would wait and, like, try to, like, stack, like, Spinal Crushes and Command and Conquerors, like, in a well-timed fashion in this matchup, but we're gonna put a state on the bottom. We have 2 Command and Conquerors still in the deck, so I'm happy to just give up 1, actually. But yeah, no, I, like, 100% now that, like, our opponent, like, 11 turns of 0 pots, and also them having 2 Rampant Growth in Lives out of their deck. Well, at least I thought it was 2. Is there one over here? Yeah, 2 Rampant Growth in Lives out of their deck. We are now pivoting to a, like, more aggressive slanted game plan. We're still going to throw the hammer for a while, and, like, we're still going to block efficiently. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk that we can keep the Command and Conquer in the deck to be able to try and deny them the Evergreen loop here. I think that is going to be our play. We're just going to block 9. Keeping a state's not the most important thing in the world, and plus it opens us up to, like, a scour? Opens us up to a scour. So we're just going to block 9 here and cover this. Command and Conquer is our best way to beat the Evergreen loop at the end of the game. I'm 50-50 on Acilio or Victor. I've been playing Victor for the last 3 months straight, so I'm considering mixing it up and bringing Alex Wars list from the AGE, but I love Vic. Hey, I get it. Like, Acilio is a very fun hero to play. I thoroughly enjoy playing Acilio and Victor. I get that. Like, I don't think anybody would hold shame over you if you ran Acilio. The deck is a lot of fun. The deck is a lot of fun. Okay, so they're going to push 1 damage over the top. We can only block 6, which is fine. It is what it is. We're going to pitch to make a surge. Then we're going to swing this. I can't believe this Decimator Axe Fangless did so well. I kind of can, to be honest. Like, the deck is cool, but, like, there's probably just a better Fatigue deck, I would say. Every day I'm more grateful that Plume is banned. Yo, tell me about it, Trent. Tell me about it. Thought about trying Acilio recently. I mean, the deck's a blast. Acilio is so much fun to play. The more I watch, I realize Fab is the most chess match of cat and mouse I've ever seen. There is definitely a lot of elements that, like, I would say stem from, like, chess in Flesh and Blood. Jay, I 100% agree with that. I think there is a lot of elements of the game like that. See what we clash into here. Command and Conquer. Okay. So we know they have a Felling and we have a CNC on top. So we might be in a situation where we can put another CNC on the bottom from the Felling that they're probably going to throw at us. Because I am going to make a Surge and we're going to throw the Grindstone. Like right now, it's just Grindstone until we can like try to run them out of cards and then use our Threats to try and close the game out. Because I don't think we're worried about combo right now. Hey, this deck is a blast to oblivion. I love that. Yeah, no, I agree, Noob. I think this is definitely going our way now. Yeah, I agree. Acilio is in a great position right now. I think Acilio is in... I can definitely get on board with that it's like in the best position it's ever been in. I don't hate that at all. I do not hate that at all. We're going to put CNC on the bottom and just block with everything. I don't want to leak one. In the game as a whole that can spiral you either into a super advantageous or disadvantageous position. Yeah, that you don't see until later in the game. I agree so much, Trent. There's a lot of things in the game that push the game one way or the other. And like it is not, you don't always notice them right away. Sometimes I don't even notice them unless like other people point them out to me. I've noticed that too. Never wanna hear you say. Like Drew in that Fang game, 100%. Drew pointing out my misblock on that Fang game, like 100% pointed out to me why I lost that game. 100% told me why I lost that game. We're going to pitch the Thunderquake because if I have to block physical, I would rather block with like a right behind you and a Golden Sun or something. Did you share how Drew lost the Clash of Chaos? I did not get... I completely forgot to tell that story. Completely forgot to tell that story last night. You say. Yo, my man Bringe with a 1-bit. He says, "Can we get a full cover of some Backstreet Boys?" I mean, listen. I'm not above it. I'm not above it. I'm not below it either. Hey, what's up, Philip? Is this 4 Arcane? Oh, okay. So, again, this is the last Rampant Growth in Life, which means we're in a very good spot to just, like, play hyper aggro here. We can just block 6 here, right? We can just block all of it and just pitch it all. Yo, let's go Bringe with the 5 bits as well. Yo, I appreciate that. Appreciate the 5. The 1 and the 5 bits. I appreciate that. All right, that's all the Rampant Growth in Lives, and we're now down 14 points, which means it's time to get aggressive. I am going to block here and Chess Piece in case this is Felling. Some biddies, you say. Yo, Bringe, are you just like outdoing yourself each time? You did not just do 6 and 7 bits. You did not just do 6, 7, 6, 7 on the bits. Oh my god, I love it. Ooh, just 3 doors down? Dude, 3 doors down is a great bit. I love 3 doors down. Okay. I'm good to Arsenal the CNC. I'm good to Arsenal the CNC. Bridge, I do appreciate all the bits, buddy. I appreciate a whole bunch. Some biddies. Trent actually cheering 67 bits is peak. 6, 7, 6, 7. I love it, dude. Trent, thank you for the 67 bits. I appreciate it. Some biddies, you say. Nah, we'll just leave this on top. That's fine. Like, nobody wins. It doesn't matter. Yo, and then Bringe actually cheers 67 bits as well. Bringe, thank you for the 67 bits as well. I appreciate it. Michael said, if you can get to California, I'll play it with my armory. Oh. Oh, come on, Bonk. We're all having a good time. It's fun. It's fun. We're all having a good time. No, Sage. We do get to block 7. Again, we're going to keep the Spinal Crush. Try and, like, slow them down here. They can just have a gold, right? Like, this is fine. No, I think this is fine. We'll just let them have a gold. We will throw the hammer. And actually, you know what? I lied. We're going to make a surge and pass. We have a miss on top of the deck. I'm just going to make a surge, and we're not going to take a risky play, and then we're just going to pass here. And we'll just arsenal the Spinal Crush. Yo, Bringe with the 1 bit. I appreciate it, dog. I appreciate all the love. Yo, Damien, what's up, dude? Have you talked about the change to Aftershock? I saw the metafy got updated, but I haven't seen if you wrote anything about it. I did not talk about metafy in the guide. I'm going to go back and add a page about it later, and how it fits into my blue base. It is one of the things that I did not have time to add today, but I will be adding it. Yes, it will be going into the metafy guide. It just I did not have time to get it written down today. Bottom. We want a win on top of our deck, please. Ayo! That's a good one. That's a good one right there. I'm playing 3 copies of Blue Aftershock tonight. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Bringe with 69 bits. Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
I don't use Twitch much. Appreciate the hacks. Oh, that's so funny. Trent conspiring. Confirmed. I mean, we'll just start throwing attacks at them. Like, this is fine. Yo, Red Withstand is cool. I thought I got nerfed or something. Oh, no, Cody. I was just adding it to my list. Is all. Starting to record some games. Do you have any tips? So Saxaboom, like, when you say you're starting to record games, like, do you care to, like, share, like, what you mean exactly? Like, are you going to start putting out gameplay, like, every day? Or is this, like, when you have time? Or, like, what is the goal of your gameplay, I guess I would ask? Like, if you're going to start recording tips to, like, do you mean put out videos? Or do you mean to, like, review? Like, sorry, can you, like, clarify a little bit? And if you don't want to type that all out in Twitch chat, you're also more than welcome to just, like, DM me, and we can talk about it there. That's fine, too. There is no, like, wrong answer. As much as I'd like to keep the Spinal Crush in my deck, we don't need to, and I'm more interested in keeping life up right now. Like, we can just swing, lay, hammer the rest of the game. One of the biggest things we're waiting for is we're waiting until we find, like, the Evergreen, or, like, we're waiting to, like, see, like, if they have Evergreens in their deck. We're also waiting to see, like, what their in-game plan here is. Yo, Bringe with the big hydrate. Yo, I got you, dog. Big hydrate for Bringe. There we go. Yo, King Soul 42 with the Prime sub. Soul, thank you so much for the Prime sub over on Twitch. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. It means a lot. Thank you. Let's keep the Aftershock in the deck, I guess. We should probably focus on keeping the Thunk in the deck. Probably more important. We'll A-B this. And you draw Arcane Compliance early, you straight away put it in Arsenal, or do you pitch it? So you do run a little bit of a risk when you pitch it because you are correct. There is a chance that when you Arsenal it or when you pitch it, there is a chance that your opponent sees it and they're now aware of it. But if they're playing Surge and Aethertide, if they play around it, you're getting value off of it either way. So it's a win no matter how they play it out.
Let's freaking go. You love to see it.
Yo, Carla Talks. Recorda Dulces. I really hope I said that right. Thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. It means a lot. Oh shit, that's bad. That sucks. Yeah, that's not good. Thankfully, we're in a good spot. Yeah, thank you so much for the sub on YouTube. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you are new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. They are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. I'd love to get to know more about you guys while we're hanging out. Any tips for someone struggling to find a hero to main in CC? I mean, I think my biggest piece of advice for like what you should make main in CC should be about what you enjoy. And I know that that's not like I know that's probably not like the groundbreaking advice you were looking for, but I say that as like a very genuine like comment because the idea behind it is if you enjoy a hero or a class, you should play that hero or class. You know, like you should play whatever you like, but some people like winning more than they like anything else. And Jacob Clements talked about this on our Breakpoints episode a couple of weeks ago. If you like winning more than anything else, above all else, if winning is your favorite thing, then I 110% believe that you should just be playing whatever the best deck is, no questions asked. And like, you know, like it just kind of depends on what makes you happy, is what I would say. Relish with ketchup? Ooh, I'm not a big relish fan, but I'm here for it, dude. Whatever makes you happy. Let's get a Surge. Let's throw Command and Conquer. I think we're at the point in the game where like we should be in a very good position. There's a Clash of Bravado left we pitched that we can get ring with later. A lot of yapping to say play Max Nitro as your main. Yo, Chase. That's wild, dog. Why is playing 72 cards into me, chat? I'm cooked. Oh, Fire Breathing is awesome. That's the fatigue version of the deck. That's the fatigue version of the deck. I like that version. It's cool. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say. There's that Everbloom in life we're waiting to stifle with this Poison the Will with. I would like to win at least 40% of my games. Having fun is more important, but a win is fun. After going 0-5 at our RTN, favorite hero might not be it for me. Facebreaker 500, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate it a whole bunch. Guys, I got those same 3 questions for you. If you are here for the first time or you are new to the channel, there's 3 questions we ask everybody. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. I'd love to get to know about you. I mean, I get it. Like, you know, like I am someone who likes winning, but like I'm also, as weird as it sounds, I don't just want to be like a meta slave. And I'm not making fun of people who like play meta decks. Play whatever you want. But I am someone who does not just want to be like playing meta decks all the time. It's just like not like it's not that I don't care to play meta decks, but like I'll give you the best example. I refuse to play Gravy Bones. It does not matter how good the deck is. I refuse to play it. I don't want to play it. You won't make me. So I won't play Gravy Bones under any circumstances. And there have been multiple times when he was clearly the pick for the weekend. And instead of playing that, I played other things. So I think it's important to be true to yourself, but also like, you know, play what you want. Pummel Enjoyer said that may or may not be me. That's too good. That is too good. We'll pitch these to AB6. And then we'll just swing the hammer for 3. Only 1 card left here. We don't have to swing the hammer anymore. That's true. I mean, Aurora meta was like, I was playing the best deck in the format, but I was also playing the deck that I had been playing from Rosetta since she released. She just happened to be the most busted thing in that meta. And Poison the Well stifles this. So this fizzles, and now there is nothing for them to do. Because they were going to loop Everbloom, like with 1 Everbloom in life, but saving our Poison the Well is very good. Just going to pitch Riches. Seems fine. Are there more visits in our deck? Yes, there's 2 more. So we should do this differently. Done throwing hammer, I think. Oh, it's Liam's list? Oh, dude. We got to give Liam grief anytime we can. Can't wait till Tough Nuts the best on any given Sunday. I think you might be waiting for that one for a while, Philip. I think you might be waiting for a while on that one, dog. Chris is going to make me play it out, apparently. Even though he has a mental block left in his deck, Chris is going to make me play it out. Tell me why I never want to hear you say I want it that way. GG's, brother. GG's, brother. 28 turns. No potions. All right. Let's mark that down over here in our notes. Let's see. We got a win. Op was not on pot combo, so we never got a chance to test our strategy, block as much as possible, and throw threats when the deck is depleted. All right, let's try this again. We're gonna look for Verdance. We are gonna look to play against Verdance. And again, guys, like, like I know we're on stream and like, maybe you guys don't like to play on stream, but if you are hanging out and you would like to play into me, I would love to get like, like combo Verdance reps, like while we're hanging out. That would be something I would like to try and accomplish while we're here. I want to see how good the tech is one way or another. Yo, what's up, Bing? Agro, I would love to hear how you handle mentally misplaying during an important match. So Bonk, I'll be honest with you. It is tough sometimes. It can be very disappointing. I've talked about this in the past, and I'll be completely transparent. The thing that works for me is when I am in the middle of a game and I can see that I made a very clear mistake. If it ever happens on camera, you will know the moment I realize that I made a mistake or a bad punt, because I will literally stop what I'm doing no matter what. I will literally close my eyes and I'll go, and I will like breathe, like, I mean, very loudly. I don't hide it. That is like my mental reset. That is what I do that works for me. And in that moment, when I stop and I take a breath, that is me trying to shake off the That is me trying to like shake off the tilt, the frustration, and saying, okay, we've made a mistake. What can I do from here to try and win the game? Give advice on Gauntlets of Ironwill. I mean, Gauntlets of Ironwill is absolutely insane into like warriors. It's really good into assassins. I mean, sometimes it's a soul read, you know? Like honestly, sometimes it's a soul read and sometimes it is like you're just playing the game in a way that tells me you have it. I mean, I don't think there's a one size fits all for that. Is there any world we play Midas Touch in this matchup over an E-Strike? No, it's a miss. We can't do that. It's a miss. We can't do that. All right, so we are going first, which is good. That's what we want to be doing. So we're going to play Visit. Draw into another blue. I mean, Macho would be good to push life, but I don't even really think that's worth it. I think we're just going to Arsenal the Disable. Chris, GG, man. I appreciate the game, brother. What game did you misplay, me, Blaze? Did I misplay against you, Gavin? Don't forget to mark Verdance as C tier. Yo, that is absolutely brutal. And I love it. Debilitate has more text than Aftershock. Debilitate has little to no text in this matchup. If we get pummeled, then it's our time. If we get pummeled, it's our time. Like, I just...
Lizard.
It is what it is. Just discarding Arcane Twining to discard Arcane Twining. Interesting. Let's learn about our opponent right now. Let's learn about our opponent and see how they play this game. If they were above us on life by 1 life, I would literally pitch Macho Grande to tech plating and pass. Okay. They're going to protect the living hell out of their deck. Okay, so we learned a lot about them. Throwing the hammer at them, well, I mean, it could just be that they want Earth cards for like a tilling here. It could just be that they want Earth cards for a tilling, so it doesn't exactly tell us everything. Getting a plow and a felling here is really good. Oh yeah, no. If a Verdance pummels you, like I agree. Like all you could do is just, oh well, it is what it is. Really don't want to block with Clash of Bravado here, but I think we have to. We want to keep our life up high if we can. This is on top of their deck. I mean, leaving this there is fine. I have no interest in doing this. This is not a win or a loss. If this was a hammer hit, I would ship it. I would ship it every time, send my card to the bottom. But we are just blocking effectively. We have a miss on top of our deck. I am not going to give our opponent a chance to break our gold or take some life to make Skullcap even worse. We're just going to pitch and pass here. We are on the wizard grind, and I mean, they're pitching a healing potion. Interesting. They're pitching a healing potion. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of staring because I'm a little perplexed here on... All right, we got to remember that hand. We got to remember this hand. I would assume if they had 2 healing potions in hand, they'd have just ran one out, right? That's what I would assume. Okay, we are now lower life. I actually don't want to do that. We're just going to pass. Okay. Them doing that is great because now it means we get a free hammer swing. We are going to put Aftershock on the bottom. And we're going to block 10. Let's get these reds out of our deck. Winning with a choke slam is great. They put a card on the bottom of their deck from Felling. That's 3-4 into their deck. She's just trying to get value with Burn Bear while she can. Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%. This is also one of those matchups where I was talking to Noob earlier about the idea of playing like cleansing in this matchup, and it seems interesting as like playing a 1 or 2 of. There are some other tech cards we could play to make this matchup better if we wanted to. Oh, I meant to say that I make a misplay recently. I made a misplay at Battle Hard in Atlanta that I did not recognize until after the game, and one of my buddies had to like walk me through. Which I'm very glad that my buddy, but my boy Drew was watching that game to help me out. Very, very grateful they were there to watch that game and tell me that. Almost every go again attack gets met with a skull cap or a tech plating block. Put ring into play. Okay, that's great. Because now we're gonna make a surge. We're going to throw the hammer, keep the bravado in hand, and just try to get the ring off the board here. Blessings of Serenity. Are you still playing against that Lyeth? Requires you to keep estates and play them out though, so you can get through the proper high attack. I mean, that's fair. Like the Verdance like could play differently depending on what you're doing, right? All right, we're chewing through these defense reactions here. Rose said, yes, I'm still playing that same game. Thank you. They notably did not bottom a card here. Notably did not bottom a card. Well, I really hate that bravado is going to the bottom because that's going to be super obnoxious here in just a minute. And we're just going to block as much as we can. But them going to 43 is actually fine. So ring might actually be okay for a few turns to stay in play. We've pitched 2 bravados and blocked with 1, so it's going to be a hot second before we get back to those bravados. Unless we remembrance. Maybe when we draw the remembrance, we just play it and shuffle in 2 estates and a piece here, depending on what they have. Oh, it's only turn 12? Oh, you guys are rolling. You guys have plenty of time. Oh, 7. We'll block 7. That's fine. No go again is interesting. Let's bottom that. That's fine. When you were writing your guide, where did you start? Did you have a loose plan beforehand, or did you just start writing begin somewhere? So when I decided that I wanted to write my Victor guide, my first thought was like, you know what? I'm just going to let the pen hit the paper and we'll see what happens. And then after I thought about it for a while, I was like, no, you know what? I actually think it is better for me to I actually think it's better for me to have a structured plan. So I came up with a like structured plan for what I wanted to do. I had this like I sat down and I wrote the sections. Excuse me. So I came up with how many sections I wanted to write, like what I wanted to talk about, and then from there I kind of just sat down and started brainstorming when I was sitting at my computer. Randy, when you did this and Battle Hard in Atlanta, dude, I thought the room was gonna lose it, dog. That was so funny. Are you planning on swapping out any generics in your deck for the new art version for Compendium? So I really like the new E-Strike and the CNC. I also really like the new Balance of Justice. There's actually quite a few cards that I like. I'm probably going to try to get my hands on as many Antiquity Borders cards as I can, to be honest. I really like the Antiquity Border cards. I'm probably going to try to get a lot of them. Okay, so our blue disable goes to the bottom. They still need one more decompose to be online. Oh, wow. They're so far away from getting there. It's crazy. Don't want to hear you. Yeah, the shelter's really good. I like the shelter a lot. Any risk of this plan going to time and op not conceding? I have yet. So I will say at the ProQuest Plus in Atlanta, I had my opponent in round 5 do the full combo against me, where they actually managed to like do full Surge and Aethertide combo. But I had pitch stacked so many Command and Conquer and Spinal Crushes in a row that they were only able to do it with one copy of Rampant Growth in Life. And so I was in a position where like I really forced their hand. And when they went off on their combo turn, there was 9 minutes left in the round, and the game ended. They called time 2 turns before I was going to end the game, and my opponent conceded to me. So there is a little bit of a risk of it, but I'm going to be honest. If you go to time or fatigue, it is because your opponent is playing slowly. If you understand the game plan, it is because your opponent is playing very slowly. And I don't mean that to sound rude. Like my opponent didn't like intentionally play slow. They just like made very deliberate decisions. And so there was a lot of stuff that like they had to like, you know, think about and do some stuff like that. So it was like kind of weird at times for them, but it like the game only came down to it because they took a minute to do some things. Yo, Philip, I appreciate that. I mean, Philip, I'm probably going to spend way too much money on this. I don't understand these verdants that just aren't waiting for turns. Wait, for you to swing at them? I don't know what you mean, Dave. Waiting for me to swing at them? Can you elaborate on what you mean by that, Dave? It is turn 9, and there are almost 0 potions in play. I'm going to arsenal this Command and Conquer. How many Plow Unders are left in the deck? There's one over here and one over here. So there's one Felling and one Plow. There is one Burn Bear and there's 2 Burn Bears out of the deck. So there's all 3 copies of Light Up the Leaves. Oh, dude, Tyler was super cool. I did not mean that in a disrespectful way. I just mean like most of the time if you're going to fatigue, it's normally the person who's trying to play around fatigue. I ended up with 3 to 4 Vincent and calling Akihaba. Did not gym dodge multiple gravies. Fun first calling though. Yo, Kane, I'm glad you had a fun first calling, buddy. That's awesome. Oh, they're letting me stay at a lower life. I mean, I think a lot of so Dave, I think a lot of Verdance players are scared. Like, I'll just real talk. I think Verdance players are scared. A lot of them are scared to like take the are scared to take life. Like, I think they want to stay as high as possible. And so I think a lot of them are scared to like lose life in a lot of situations. We're testing compliance tonight, Michael, to see how good it is. Nobody has played Surge and Aethertide into me yet, though, so we have not really had a chance to test it, unfortunately. I'm very, very grateful they threw a physical attack at us with that hand. If they threw an arcane spell at us, it was going to be awful. But I actually think it's a very common thing what you're talking about, Dave. I think I think like the more I've played this matchup from this side, the more I have played against just like the more I've played against Verdance who like are scared to take damage and they don't want to like risk anything. I hate keeping this choke slam in my deck if I'm being honest, but it's fine, I guess. Well, they have potions in their deck. They pitched a healing potion earlier. We saw them. I'm just like, it's turn 11 and we haven't seen any more. I don't know if they're stacking them and trying to play them out second cycle. But like, yeah, even if they have an evergreen, like if they're not playing potions and they're on evergreen, they still can't live. Like evergreen will not be enough because I will remembrance back Command and Conquers and you won't have the life to be able to make it work. My Verdance mate pings himself with the Waning Moon to leak damage on me because of my Skullcap tech. Oh, that's actually insanely smart, noob. I've not even thought about that. I'm going to put Poison the Well on the bottom first. We're going to block Chokeslam, Cranial Crush, and Tech Plating. This is what we save our equipment block for. Don't want to hear you. We're also not going to throw CNC. We're not quite to that part of the game yet. They did give us the headpiece without us asking for it, which is really nice, without us like really pushing to get it or anything. So that's kind of cool. They're also out of Burn Bears now. 3 light up the leaves. Fatigue going to time is usually because the beatdown does not know what to do. I mean, yeah, and I don't like, I get it. Like, as the anti-fatigue player, you have, in my opinion, the harder job. Because a lot of the times my job is to just block, and if I'm playing fatigue, I have come prepared to play fatigue. You may not have come prepared to play against fatigue. And so that's going to be tough for you to do. But I still don't think that's an excuse. I still think you showing up to a calling and not being prepared for fatigue and then like refusing to concede when you lose is like a very, very poor thing to do. I don't think that's a very good way to play the game. Like when I think you've beaten me, I concede all the time. When I think you have beaten me, I concede without question. Getting a light up the leaves off the hammer is insane. Now, making the gold off the Golden Sun is also good, but... Trent, you play like the most anti-fatigue deck in the world, dude. Like, come on now. Uh-oh. This is bad. You are my fire, the one desire, believe. Wonder what they're going to follow this up with. I agree. It is not very cash money of them. It is indeed not very cash money of them. I agree very much.
Some biddies, you say?
Yo, Bringe with a bit. Thank you so much for the bit, Bringe. I appreciate it. It's just a shame that I have all cold foils except for the Tunic. Oh, the Tunic cold foil would be awesome. Also, Cyborg, what's up, dude? Yeah, I agree. Fatigue is more of a knowledge check than it is anything. Like, and there's definitely been metas where I've had to learn how to play around fatigue. Like playing around fatigue was tough to do with Aurora sometimes. Although it had like a pretty natural anti-fatigue strategy, it was still not the easiest thing to do in the world. We're just gonna leave the Toig in our hand here. Okay. Well, this hand lines up pretty well, pretty much no matter what they throw at us. I mean, if it's a light up to leaves, it's a light up to leaves. It is what it is. Keep pitching light up to leaves, which is so interesting. I'm just gonna keep leaving this in my hand. Like I want to get the red out of my deck, and there's always a chance that we get punished by drawing into like 2 or 3 reds here. But how many Arcane Compliance Poison Wills are you running? Also, are you running more copies to test into certain matchups versus what you would normally run to account for a wider matchup spread? I'm running 1 copy of Compliance and 1 copy of Poison the Well tonight, although I have been on 2 copies of Poison the Well over the last month or so, I would say. Probably couple months, really. No, it's probably been about a month or 2. But I just feel like the 2 copy, like the 1 Arcane Compliance and the 1 Arcane Compliance and the 1 of Poison the Well does better math against Surgent Aethertide. Against Waning Moon, it's worse, but that's kind of a chance we take sometimes. Yo, that is massive. I cannot believe they left that in hand. That is a massive W for us. Swing the hammer. I mean, yeah, them having to discard their Rampant Growth in Life, I think like Surge and Aethertide or not, probably just won us the game. I mean, that's like what, 9 extra life we just saved by them discarding that. See what we draw into. I'm just going to send the hammer again. I would like to try and throw CNC for 11 next turn. Would be an ideal objective here. I mean, the potion being on top means they're just going to draw it. So that's like not super great for us. Like, because we never have a chance to hit it with the hammer. But yeah, like, it is not bad for sure. I've definitely seen worse things, I'll tell you that. I am a big fan of the extra points that we get into Acilio by playing Arcane Compliance. Big fan of that. CNC for 11 is a good place to start. They're probably going to try to do everything they can to protect their arsenal. Like, it's either a Rampant Growth in Life at this point, or they've set up like an arcane spell there. I imagine they'll give me the Stonewall Gauntlet, so this is really... They need to cover 9, basically. Okay, they're going to cover 11. They're going to use the Bark Skin. I actually think it's a very good block. Plus, them staying 8 above us is still a good thing for us. This is still something that works out well for us. We are not going to Arsenal anything. We're going to throw Spinal Crush at them. Spinal Crush is perfect. Spinal Crush is actually exactly what we want to see. Yeah, we still have 2 Command and Conquers, a Boulder Drop, and 2 more Spinal Crushes incoming. And if they cover this up, this is great. But if they just decide to take 9, then they can't combo us. I'm going to IP the Clash of Bravado one more time, just in case they do decide to attack us with something. Okay. So this Verdance ping comes in for 4. We take 1. They go to 37. Everbloom resolves. E-Strike was put on the bottom. Okay. I need this tree to go away this turn. How many channels have we seen? So there's... Are a lot of these lists on 3 trees or 2? Does anybody know off the top of their head? I ask because I truly don't. We're going to block this out, and since they're clearly not going to attack us, we're just going to throw Boulder Drop at them. Because if they're planning on going for combo, then this lines up very well for us. I feel like learning to play against fatigue and finally beating someone trying to fatigue you is a big rite of passage in Fab. It is. It truly is. I remember like trying like there were like this is not like the best example, but like I remember trying to beat back in the day. I was trying to beat OG Prism when I was playing Dash, and that was like like, you know, like don't get me wrong, like it was like we had a good matchup at like sort like so to speak at that time because we had high octane, but it's definitely one of those times when like just learning to win that matchup was very big. The extra amp 3 here is kind of obnoxious. Thought I heard my door move. So this is just 6. What are the odds we're blocking with both of our blues and then throwing CNC to try and disrupt them? And we can try to like bottom a card until we find out we're poison the well. Didn't we pitch Riches and poison the well? And like Arcane Compliance together? I don't remember if this was this game or last game. We're gonna leave this on top, and I'm gonna gamble a little bit here. I don't exactly remember our pitch deck. We're gonna gamble a little bit here. Also, my chair will not cooperate. We're gonna draw a card. We're gonna draw 2 cards, and we're gonna see what they are. Okay, so neither of them was what I thought it was. That is fine. We're gonna throw Command and Conquer, and then we're gonna Arsenal Spinal Crush. We could have went for the Spinal Crush play if we really wanted to try and deny them combo again, but they've probably set up something they want to hit us with in Arsenal as well. So I think hitting their Arsenal is fine. 2 cards out of their deck is great. We love to see this. We absolutely love to see this. This is the last CNC. No, it's still another one. We're in a pretty good spot right now. That must have been last game that I pitched that way. E-Strike and Scolding. Okay. Arsenal this. Make a new Surge because we don't want that card in our hand. We're just going to throw Spinal Crush. They may just take 9. I think we're at a point where having access to AB6 is not the most important thing in the world anymore. I know that sounds kind of weird in this matchup, but I think we're just at that point in the game where it is better for us to make plays like this. They cannot combo us this turn, and we have Command and Conquer for next turn, barring that they do not hit us with a Plow Under right here, which I think they have one of left in their deck. Autumn's Touch. Okay. How important is Command and Conquer on this turn? Because I think Command and Conquer is pretty important. So I think we're supposed to block like this, take 3 to 32, and then we're going to Arsenal Poison the Well, and we're going to ship the Command and Conquer. I think that Command and Conquer is very important this turn. I think 3 life is worth shipping the Command and Conquer at their face. Especially so that we can Arsenal Poison the Well. We need to find out how many Plow Unders are left at this point. There's 1 Plow Under left in the deck.
Some biddies,
Yo, Bringe, with the 96 bits this time. I appreciate it, dog. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Having both of these together is not the best thing in the world, but this disruption piece feels very big here. Poison the Well is hopefully going to do wonders for us here. Oh, man. All right, there is second Light Up the Leaves or third Light Up the Leaves. I'm pretty sure that's third Light Up the Leaves. There's 1 Burn Bear. That's all the Burn Bears, and that is second Light Up the Leaves. There's 1 more Light Up the Leaves in the deck. 1 more Light Up the Leaves in the deck. We're going to Arsenal Poison the Well. I guess we don't really need the compliance. We probably should have done that. Holden, that would have been better, I think. I think you are correct. It's also like holding a blue, so that's like good, but I get what you're saying. Second Spinal Crush. Third Spinal Crush, I apologize. This is the last of our disruption, so like we're not really going to be able to like get a lot of value, but Holden is correct. We should have blocked 7, pitched the Arcane Compliance, and then Arsenal to Poison the Well. We're gonna make a new Surge. We're gonna ship this. Just keeping blues in our hand is good. Can any deck fatigue in the same way as you've been doing now? What are some elements you think are key to Victor's fatigue plan that make him your #1 pick into Verdance? I mean, I think if we're looking for like plays into Verdance, I don't think that like Victor is the best option into Verdance. But I do think that Miller's Grindstone, and like, you know, adding in some copies of like Poison the Well do give us a pretty good plan into Verdance, like into like Verdance's like combo turn. 1 arcane damage. We're gonna lead by pitching the Cranial Crush. We're gonna snipe their last potion. Anything that takes cards out of the opponent's decks is good for fatigue. I agree. I'm assuming they did not mean to pass there and they just clicked the Talishar button too many times, which is fine. It's also a really nice feeling to know that they cannot hit us with 3 Rampant Growth in lives, which I'm pretty sure wins us the game. We Poison the Well in response to this. I get fatigued by Huntsman every week. Oh, that sucks. Jarl is the best Guardian of Verdance. I do agree with that. It's not really about giving them hope, Matt. It's more about like just playing it correctly, I think. Did I bring in 0 amulets? Are you talking about Amulet of Echoes, Randy? So that's what they were protecting in Arsenal? So they've gained 8 life so far this turn. Which means this is going to be 16. So the weirdest part about this is that we can't even play this, right? Like, we can't play out the compliance here. Because if we do, they pitched a Waning Moon in response. So we should just 100% do this. Is amazing how much life that saved us right there. No, I don't play any Amulet of Echoes in my deck, so I'm not playing it to force them to have it. That is their last Light Up the Leaves, and we are just attacking because I don't think they have an Evergreen left in their deck, but if they do, we might get got here. Like, if they have Evergreen, we might be in a bad spot. They do not, thank God. Okay. So the test of Iron Grip to get the rampant growth in life won us that game, like 100%. Yeah, so the Waning Moon like completely allowed them to play around the Arcane Compliance, even with them making a mistake there at the end. Which is fine. Like, we just used it as a blue, which is okay. Like, that's fine. And that was about like how clean the pitch deck lines up. Op was able to hot combo with 2 copies of Rampant Growth and Life. Test of Iron Grip forced them to discard the 3rd earlier in the game. Discard of Rampant won us this game. No Evergreen. We're just going to make a note talking about how they did not have an Evergreen in their deck, because I do think it's important to at least mention that they did not have an Evergreen in their deck. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here tonight. I appreciate y'all chilling. Appreciate y'all hanging out while we are testing this matchup a little bit. We're gonna look for it again. I mean, again, I just want to keep testing this matchup and seeing how it feels. Just want to keep testing this matchup and seeing if this plan works. We are testing playing. We are testing our Verdance matchup and seeing how good our Verdance matchup is. Yo, Flying Bread's always on the sauce. Poison the Well, Remembrance, Toigs, cut a Test of Strength. Poison the Well, Arcane Compliance, Remembrance, Toigs, E-Strikes, Bravados, Boulder Drop, and cut a Test of Strength. Yep. That is the plan, and they're going first. Oh yeah, so Morphig, if I play Arcane Compliance in response to Light Up the Leaves, they pitch the card in their hand to play activate Waning Moon, and then Waning Moon gets all of the amp, because the amp is the next thing that happens or hits. So it's not the next thing they cast, it's the next thing they hit. So the Waning Moon would have taken all the amp, and then my Arcane Compliance would have just actually done nothing. But it at least felt a little bit better having it as a blue in our hand there. If they had no cards in hand, I would have played Arcane Compliance, and then I would have AB3, and we would have taken 3. But because they had the specific, because they had like exactly the hand that, like the way that played out with the extra card in hand, I was forced to just use that as a blue and take the damage. Starts with an Amulet on turn 0. Sure. We're just gonna run out the estate here. No ripple away, that's nice. And we are just gonna overpitch, come in with the hammer here. Yeah, it moves. Last message came out wrong. If Waning Moon is presented, is Arcane Compliance just useless? Yes. Arcane Compliance is a blue if Waning Moon is presented, which is why Annabelle was telling me earlier that she does not like, that she thinks that it is a good thing for Verdance if I am on the Compliance instead of double Poison the Well. But I technically take more life if I play... I technically have to take more damage if they're playing Surge and Aethertide. So it depends on how much they're respecting it into me. I mean, winning into that sucks. You are my fire, the one desire, believe when I say. Sorry, I don't know why I've had that stuck in my head. We finally won the Wyeth game. My nightmare is over. Did they almost fatigue you? I forgot I had 2 Fearless to protect a Whaler. Otherwise, you had me. Oh. Getting a Fate Foreseen out of the deck is fine. Means they're going to throw arcane damage at me. All right, so we have learned very early on that our opponent respects the Skull Cap. So we now have to play the rest of the game by not attacking if that's how things line up.
Some biddies, you say?
Music career taking off tonight? Yo, Bringe. Thank you for the 10 bits. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. All right, so we are up 1, which means we do not want to do anything right now. So I am going to pitch an E-Strike to make sure that we are trying to balance out the number of blues in our hand for next turn, and we're just going to pass. If they throw another arcane spell at us, they throw another arcane spell at us. There's not much we can do about it. Compliance isn't awesome versus current Verdance. They combo on a ping. Josh, I've been seeing a very large uptick in Surge and Aethertide lately. So I don't know. I mean, okay, they're on blue Evergreen. And this is coming in for 6. Okay. That is our allotted life. It kind of feels like I am being conditioned to sing the Backstreet Boys right now. That is honestly exactly what it seemed like, Trent. I did not realize that until you said it, but yeah, it does seem like that's what's happening. Like, if we really continue to play the games tonight, and it is so bad that I need 2 Poison the Wells and 1 Arcane Compliance, I will play it that way. If that's what needs to happen, we will either decide that we don't need to be on Verdance Tech this weekend, or we really need to be on Verdance Tech this weekend. I love that they're forced to attack me here. Like, nobody knows how happy this makes me. Pitching Arcane Twining. We're just going to give both here. We want to do Toig first in case we win that. They'll just, like, if we win this, which we are planning to win, our deck is statistically set up to win it. They will discard a card. Discarding a Burn Bear is such a banger. And we're going to win with an Aftershock, which is great. We are going to... They are not keeping Tree around, so we are just going to pitch the Aftershock to Tech Plating and then throw the hammer. Because we have to pressure them. Like, we have to pressure Bread here. We have to try to get them blocking. No, Trent. I have not been doing confetti because I'm a bag nun. I keep forgetting to do confetti. Like, I set up the fun stream deck buttons and then I just like don't use them because I'm a schmuck. All right, well, we are now done attacking the rest of the game. Like, that is just that. Like, we are done attacking the rest of the game. I will literally just sit here and hold my cards if that's what it takes. So if you stop attacking, I stop attacking, and top 8, I get the win. Explain, Dave. Explain. I want it that way. Tell me why. It's not really supposed to be fatigue, but that's like, it just kind of pans out that way. We're just kind of forced to play fatigue. That or you have to play like hyper aggressive. If it's a stalemate, the player with the higher life gets the win. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I did not know that that was the rules. That is really interesting, actually. See, Dave, that's the thing. Most players won't stop playing the game against you. Like, I'm willing to bet that 98% of the Flesh and Blood player base will not stop playing the game against you. We're going to block with both of our reds here. I just want to get the reds out of my deck, and then we're going to pitch to... No, Josh, I didn't say that them not attacking me was dumb. I said the rule was dumb. Like, that is how Yu-Gi-Oh games are decided. Like, if we are just devolving into Yu-Gi-Oh, then like there has to be a better play pattern. I mean, I can't, like, I struggle to believe that the answer is, oh, nobody's making a move, it's top 8. The person with higher life wins. Like, that just seems dumb. Like, if that's the rules, you should use them to your advantage. Like, I don't hate that. You should, like, if those are the rules, you should use them. You know, like, if that's the way the rules are set up, then use them. You know, like, I don't think you're wrong for playing the game to the set of the rules. I just think that's a stupid rule. What other tiebreaker if people refuse to take actions? I mean, like, it's a stalemate, it's a draw. Nobody, like, people are refusing to take actions. So you start the game over. Like, and if people don't play the game, then you disqualify them both from the tournament because they're not playing the game. Like, that's what I would say. If they don't attack you, you get to pitch to tech plating and advance the game state. I guess that's true. If they're not attacking me, I literally get to activate tech plating, and then you're the person not advancing the game state. Never thought about it like that, but that makes sense. We'll just Arsenal Spinal Crush. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think there should be a tiebreaker necessarily. Like, I don't know that anybody should ever be allowed to just not play the game. Oh, I mean, I get, like, I don't know. I just, maybe I'm biased right now because it's like, it's not like good for me how that rule breaks out. Like, I don't know. Like, if you're just like refusing to play the game, then I'm like, I don't know. It's so weird. Like, that just hits me weird. They have a healing potion on top, so they discarded that. I thought they discarded a healing potion. I was like, dog, what a W. Like, what a W. But yeah, I guess it just depends on like how does it fall into that category? Like, am I technically advancing the game state or am I not? If I'm activating tech plating, I am advancing the game state by definition, I suppose. I don't know. It doesn't matter. As they can't say the replay the game and add another 2 hours to the day. I guess that's true. We're just gonna pitch this. I'm putting Syndra back together. I'm cooked. Life total and top 8 is hot garbage confirmed. Yeah, that kind of sounds like trash. I mean, saying pass is also advancing the game state in some way. I mean, I don't think so. Not by like the definition that they're looking for, I would say here. In this specific scenario, I would say it's probably not, Liam. Just because like if you're not taking any game actions, nothing is advancing. But if you're taking game action, cards are coming out of your hand, so the game state is advancing in that way. Makes sense? If you just get every red out of your deck first, you'll surely win. Unfortunately, Ross, it's not always that easy. Ooh, pick the person with the better eyelashes as the tiebreaker. I don't think I would do very well in that thing. I don't feel like I have. I don't have very like long lashes, unfortunately. My lashes are not on fleek, as they used to say. I would say I'm tempted to play Surge in this matchup now if I know Victor won't attack me. Just Surge it for 60 turns until I get all my pots out. I mean, yeah. So, like, that's also why the Arcane Compliance is, like, why we're testing it tonight. But I have yet to play against a Verdance playing Compliance tonight. We might just IP the Poison the Well for a while. I have confirmed tech plating advances the game state. Oh, interesting. And Tunic ticking up does does not. Okay. I mean, that's good to know, though. I think that is good to know. I'll pitch the Boulder Drop because it's disruption. Dirty Guardians, LOL. Listen, if you're mad about Guardian, you need to stop living when Everfest came out. Like, Everfest and Starvo have not been in the game for like 2 to 2.5 years. So if you are mad about Guardians, then I would say you need to start living in present flesh and blood. Guardian has not been a problem or oppressive in so long that it's laughable to me when people don't like are mad at Guardians. Fine lashes don't win championships. Confirmed. Confirmed. That is too funny. Whenever they get that last potion out, we may start like trying to swing this. I don't know. No, you have no reason to be mad at Guardians. If you don't like Guardian, play one of the classes that beats the living shit out of it. Like, you could have played New. You could play Gravy Bones. All of these decks like do very well into this. Like, so like, and plus like OG Prism absolutely rolled the Guardian matchup. So like, if you're mad at Guardian, like I don't know. I don't know. Just passing by to inform you that I'm currently against the Aggro Blaze 6-7 on Talishar, and I can't stop laughing. Yo, somebody actually made an Aggro Blaze 6-7? That is hilarious. I did not know that that's actually a thing. That is too good. That is too good. New Prism is Garbo? That is just wrong. Incorrect. Incorrect. New Prism is actually really cool. Listening from New Zealand? Yo, Bradley, I'm glad you're listening, man. I'm glad you're hanging out. I ever just played Amulet of Echoes against me and I'm playing Kasai? That's interesting. I mean, are we literally just passing back and forth? It feels like they're taking minimum game actions right now. Now, they just saw us put our Poison the Well on the bottom, so that's not good. I wonder how many combo pieces he's holding right now. I don't think we really have a choice right now. Thought we hated Prism in this household? I mean, I'm going to play Prism at an RTN, like, not this weekend. I'm going to Columbus this weekend, but after that. We'll Arsenal the Boulder Drop. Doesn't normal Confidence Generator Pleiades actually beat the Fatigue list in a mirror? It's possible. I don't know. I've never played that matchup, but it's possible, Matt. It is possible. Am I not clicking past the right way, or like what's happening? So we're gonna shuffle in Spinal and 2 Visits right here. It's gonna be the play. We're gonna make a new Surge. We're gonna throw this. I think I'm just interested in just putting this in so that we can get back to our combo pieces faster. Hopefully. There's no guarantee of that, obviously, but hopefully that's what happens. And then we're just going to pass. I don't know if like they're just committed to never attacking me ever again as long as the game goes on. It kind of feels like that's the play right now. We're going to Arsenal this Command and Conquer. Arsenal the Iron Grip. I mean, listen, sometimes for the content, we think about things like that. At least I think about things like that. Discarding 2 shelters, huh? All right, let's discard the Toig and pass. I mean, they don't need to be online, though, right? Like, they don't have to be online. They don't have to be online, like, for the combo? Well, no, I guess if they want to ping me, they do. Elaine, first off, congrats on winning the ProQuest Plus. In Atlanta, and you walked into me trying to beat a bad matchup. Yeah, the game has spiraled into a very interesting dynamic right now where both my opponent and I are just passing back and forth off of like trying to make the game more interesting. I mean, we can just keep doing this, right? Like, we can literally just continue to do this and pass until they attack us. Like, there's no reason to do anything else. Am I crazy? Like, they need their hero ability. I mean, need their hero ability is tough, right? See, stuff like this is good. This is good for us. They're going to come in for 8. We're going to save the Spinal Crush until they get up to 8 Earth cards in their Banish Zone. They have a Plow under, which means our Spinal Crush is going to go to the bottom. I am crazy. That is for sure. We definitely crazy out here. Don't you die eventually if you do this, since he sculpts his combo? With Poison the Well in our deck, we have a chance to, like, play around it. But yes, they do get to, like, try and sculpt their combo. This is something that favors them. And if I realize my opponent's going to do this, we need to play the beginning of the game differently. We 110% need to play the game differently early on. There's 2 CNC left. There's 2 CNCs left. There's 2 CNCs left, and the Spinal just went to the bottom. So we are in not the best place in the world. I don't know, like, this has been a very weird game. It's a very bad shuffle. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Healing Potion should have, like, hit the ban, like, 100% over Everbloom. Could not agree with that more. On the flip side of that, what does the Verdance player do if a player says block everything? I mean, like, you're probably looking to, like, set up plays like this, right? Like, turn cycles like this are, like, the turns you have to be looking for. I mean, you could still rampant growth life combo people, right? Like, you still have the ability to, like, rampant growth and life combo people with, like, without having the potions. It just requires an insanely hard pitch stack. Like, you can pitch stack tree and still set up and block and do all of these things. You just can't be on free potion nonsense. I mean, we're ultimately just looking to, like, buy enough time until we can, like, get back to it. I mean, they still have all the combo pieces, right? So there's 2 Burn Bears, 3 Burn Bears. So there's a Light Up the Leaves left in the deck. We're gonna pitch a state right here to just, like, cover up these pings. Might be better to keep the estate so that we could play it and run it out, draw a card out of our deck, and then just swing the hammer. Because now that they are essentially up 8 life points here, we're now in a position where we can try to attack them some with the hammer and, like, force some cards out of their deck, which I think is good for us. Like, if you leave Everbloom in Life in the deck, if you leave Everbloom in Life and you ban potions, they can still combo you. Like, I do think they still have a gotcha. It's just a very hard thing to do. The way this Verdance plays, I would have won because of my 3 Warhorns. You would have won because of your 3 Warhorns. Yo, did we actually just get a Rampant Growth in Life off the top of the deck? Holy Toledo. You're telling me there's light at the end of the freaking tunnel. What is the follow-up after this is the question. There's 1 felling. No plows left in the deck. I think we should play it safe and take 1 here. You would just be on Energy Potion and Fertile Ground if you needed combo and H-Pot was banned, I guess. I mean, yeah, I think there are multiple options in which you could still play combo without potions. Anything's better than being named Aggro Blaze or playing Hard Fatigue, huh? Let's bottom this. We're looking for Poison the Well so that we can start throwing the Spinal Crush and stuff. Arsenal it. I mean, like, I get it. Verdance doesn't need, like, a massive trim. This is just a matchup that feels bad. This is just a matchup that feels bad, so I'm just, like, dooming about the whole thing. Me trying to beat Wizards.
Lizard.
I'm in danger.
That's how I feel every time I sit down to play this matchup. Every time I sit down to play this matchup, that's how I feel. Don't wanna hear you. The Lizard Wizard. I like that, Ross. This one I can complain about? Nah. I mean, come on. Like, I'm just dooming for no reason. Like, this matchup's, like, actually somewhat winnable now. Like, yo, Bringe, I have to give you that. You know, you stick with it. You stick with the 5 gifted, like, or the bits every time I sing. I mean, I think them giving me the Rampant Growth in Life off the top of the deck was a pretty big mistake for them, right? Right? It is in here, right? Am I crazy? Thought I just saw it. Did they put it over here? Yeah, I guess they banished it. They didn't. They realized it doesn't do them any good. So I don't know. Them attacking me with E-Strike into something else would actually be pretty backbreaking here. I don't know. What don't I know, Martin? Hey, what's up, Donnie? Hope you dodge all the gravy and Verdance day 1. Thanks, Rose. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Oh, shit. We be doing the thing. I have to admit, I have a very good hand for this. I hope you pair into them and not me. What are you playing in Columbus, Holden? Don't want to hear you.
Some biddies, you say.
Oh, Bridge, thank you for the 5 bits. Oh, dude, wouldn't you like to know Weather Boy is such an elite reference? That is such an elite reference. Having to Poison the Well in our hand means we're probably dead this turn. Like, we needed 1 more turn to set this up. We needed one more turn to set this up. So let's see. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, do they have another light up the leaves? Did we determine that there was another light up the leaves left? Yes. There's also like probably multiple Emeritus Scolding left in the deck that I'm dead to next turn. I think we're just dead this turn, actually. I was like, unless they just have like one copy of this or something. Trying to decide if I want to speed run to the Battle Hardened or not. LOL, that's hilarious. So let's see. This is going to be 22, 24. We're going to take 23. And then we're dead to essentially almost anything next turn. Like if they can literally use Stormstriders for any wizard spell, we're dead because of the Waning Moon. How far does one Sigil of Solace go in this matchup is the question. I mean, Verdance 110% has the upper hand. We still have to get lucky and play correctly to win this matchup. Okay. I mean, am I supposed to take 2 and go to 1 here? I don't think so, right? And if it's fouling, it doesn't matter. Well played. Fred's a very good player, so I'm not surprised that he won this game. But I learned a lot from this game. I learned a lot from this game. I learned a lot from this game. GG's. Well played, my friend. Well played, my friend.
Some biddies, you say?
Well played. All right, so we did lose this game. Let's see. Swung hammer too much early and let up be lower on life to throw 6 damage arcane spells. Activate tech plating every turn until you are 5 life. What the hell? What just happened? It says my bit rate went up and we're reconnecting. Yo, are you guys still there? Is everybody still here? Did the stream die? The stream's still here? Okay. Josh is saying no because he's a troll. Yes, I do. I have a live Google Doc that I keep. A live Google Docs that I keep all my testing games in, and I keep track of all of them so that you guys can see all of them. And then if you are a YouTube member or a Twitch subscriber, you have access to that Google Docs testing sheet. Let's see. Is there a reason I can't type in this box? There we go. Swung hammer too many times early and let op go down on life to take away skull cap value. Never swing hammer early unless you are 5 life or less. 5 life or less on up. Activate tech plating and pass. I think that just has to be the goal in the early game, is just to tech plating and pass. I think you just have to. I think that just has to be the play. They're on Aethertide or Waning Moon, though. That's why I like it at least, but I can't guarantee they let me find Warhorn multiple times. So YOLO 6-7, as the kids say. I mean, so Noob, like, I tried playing without Poison the Wells, and I played just Warhorn without it. I mean, maybe, like, I don't know how you're winning the game consistently, though. Because, like, they're still just keeping tech pieces in there, right? Like, they're just keeping tech pieces in the deck. Let's try it one more time. I was gonna stop and play Arc Raiders, but I wanna try this one more time. This is important that I understand this very well before we go off. Before I play Arc Raiders. I know you're on one Poison the Well, but I still don't understand. If the Verdance doesn't take actions either, then like I mean I don't know. Like we go to time and we draw. Like if you're I have a game plan that allows me to win. I think allows me to win the game by playing this way. And if you are just going to sit there and stare at me and do nothing, like I don't know what the rules are on that, right? I am advancing the game state and you're not. I don't know how that works. I don't know what the rule is for that. I would call a judge and ask, and I would be like, okay, it's been 4 turns. My opponent has taken 0 game actions that advance the game state. What do we do from here? Because me doing that is technically advancing the game state, activating tech plating, and I don't know what the like protocol is for that. But if they're just sitting there and they're literally just willing to look at me and say like we're both just going to take a draw this round because they don't want to play the game out, then it is what it is. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say. Like, okay, so we get to see how good Arcane Compliance can be. I mean, Dave, I don't know. Do you know the rules on that? Like, if one player is taking game actions to advance the state and the other player is not? Well, it's more if they take an action, they lose. If you take an action, you lose. It's almost the exact stalemate situation. That's why I'm asking, like, do you know what happens? I mean, we don't really want that on the bottom, but we don't want that on top either. I don't think we want to draw that. Maybe we do. Just to, like, hold it in hand a bunch of times, I guess. I don't know. If the Verdance won't take a game action, extend your hand and say draw accepted, I mean, yeah, that's probably all there is to it. Like, I guess that is just actually all there is to it. Like, don't think there is anything else to do. We're going to pitch Arcane Compliance. If they're paying attention, this scares them. Yeah, if somebody could find out what actually happens, I would greatly appreciate finding out. Like right here, we're not going to attack. I'm literally just going to pass and hold these cards in my hand. I guess we can technically Arsenal like the Debilitate because they will plow under at some point. But I don't think we want to here. I think we're just going to skip Arsenal and just go to them. Just don't match a Verdance in top 8. I mean, yeah. Don't match a Verdance in top 8. It's crazy that like that is like a thought process we're having to have. It just goes to a draw in Swiss. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's true, right? So it's highest life in Swiss, but we have tech plating. So like we have things to do. Like we are technically advancing the game state. I mean, that's fine. They can blow up my seismic surge. I mean, like Ramos, I get what you're saying. Like the idea of like intentionally drawing is not fun, but if my game plan includes attacking and I lose the game because I'm attacking, then I will activate tech plating and sit there all game. Like I'm not going to do something that I know just actively wins for you. You DM'd me? Okay, thanks, Ross. I appreciate that. I would love for them to run out Heartbeat right here. Absolutely love for them to run out Heartbeat right here. From what I recall, if they don't do a game action and you do, they will eventually be DC'd to slow play. Interesting. You want to match Verdance in top 8, not Swiss? Because if they're gaining life and they're doing things and they're taking actions, that's fine. Like right here, I'm going to make a surge and I'm going to send the hammer and I'm going to arsenal this E-Strike. Actually, I want to pitch the E-Strike, don't I? It sucks, but I think I do. I mean, yeah. No, I think I'm gonna reach out to a judge that I know and like actually ask them what the rule is on this. Because this is like interesting to know. It's interesting to think about. I've never played the Verdance game like I did last game, where like I was literally forced into just activating tech plating and passing forever. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask a judge about this because that's a very interesting interaction. It also makes me quite sad that like that's part of the game plan with how this plays out. Makes me sad to think that like that's something I have to consider doing. They run out of healing potion and pass. Sure. Putting cards back in their deck. We're just gonna run the gold main estate out because it is just making another gold. And then we'll just overpitch to throw the hammer here. That's fine. Like we're just gonna keep throwing hammer. When I play against Skullcap, I usually pass until they attack me. Makes me want Surge it so I can pitch stack if they don't take actions. I mean, I guess if we're on one compliance and one poison the well and you're on Surgent, like, and I'm doing nothing and just activating tech plating in top 8, like that's great for me, right? So hopefully Verdance doesn't just pass and like hopefully Verdance plays like this Verdance is in Swiss, and then in top 8 we can just sit there and stare at each other. What a time to be alive. Man, we're like sitting here figuring this out right now. See, and I love this because now we're where we want to be. We're down 5 life. God, I don't want that. I guess we'll leave it on top and hope they attack us or something. I don't know. It's honestly a design flaw of Skullcap and Reaping Blade. Things that say below a threshold is just not good for the game. I think they're good for the game in aggro decks because they incentivize you to take life and to look for the correct spots. It incentivizes you to look for the correct spots, which I like. Just went to double check. You don't have to attack them if you don't want to. Slow play is making decisions slowly, but you can always make the decision to do nothing. 4.5.4E. Stairs and reviled Sam, lol. The game is a draw for the remaining players if a deadlock occurs. A deadlock is when all remaining players refuse to legally advance the game state towards the ending game. In the theory of not attacking them, not letting them thin their deck to make their combo easier and get your defensive value in clashes. I mean, yeah, that's also part of it yonder. Plus, I can stack Felling plus E-Strike 3 times into combo. That's fair. I mean, if we see you doing that, then I just save my equipment until the end of time, right? Like, we just save all of our equipment, and then, like, you leak minimal damage on turns like that. Like, you're only ever leaking 2 damage on those combo turns, because you only get 3 of those. This is a very interesting conversation to have. I've never played a deck that, like, has to, like, have this, like, weird, like, staring contest with another deck before. Like, this, like, odd concept is really interesting. It's very interesting to think about this. Oh. So we're just going to swing the hammer again, since, again, we're down 5 life or more. We have now put the game into a position where we want the game to be, at least for a little bit. We are still at 40, 6 turns into the game. Our opponent is at 45. This is going as well as possible for us. I also think a good Verdance player will not gain life. Since it is 40 to 40 and they see Skullcap, they will more than likely just throw an Arcane spell at you and put you to 37. But now, 37 to 40 still accomplishes the goal. Skullcap's turned on. We're pitching to tech plating every turn. Yeah, Riz, this did happen. Something like that, but he didn't have tech plating. I mean, yeah. So, like, Riz, that did happen, but, like, technically, activating tech plating is advancing the game state, which is interesting. I'm also, like, kind of, like, chuckling to myself because I'm imagining that I know who that is. Like, I imagine they're hanging out in the chat. I'm not going to out them, but I imagine they're hanging out in the chat right now. I'm very excited to bust out my foil aftershocks. Yes, Epermanus. We are also looking to get rid of all the reds out of our deck. No, I knew that. I know the Verdance was Majin Bay. I think I know who the Florian is as well. I'm just not going to out them. What does winning look like for Victor? You survive combo and then have to race the Evergreen loop. No, you don't ever have to race the Evergreen loop. We use Remembrance to shuffle back in all 3 copies of Command and Conquer. We shuffle in all 3 copies of Command and Conquer with Remembrance, and then from there we just, like, let it, like, we are gonna try and mill a card out of their deck, I think. Like, this is fine. But yeah, like, we just Command and Conquer away their copies of Evergreen after they arsenal them because we're tracking them and where they're at. Again, requires, like, a decent amount of, like, paying attention to pitch stack, but it can be done. It's been a very interesting stream. We've had a lot, like, this has been, like, very, like, targeted, very, like, dedicated testing tonight into, like, one matchup. Now the real question is, do we show up packing Verdance hate, or do we just say F it, we ball, and cut all the Verdance tech and just tech for other matchups? Oh, I think it is objectively incorrect to not respect Verdance, especially going into this weekend. I think Verdance is, like, primed to have a decent weekend. They're only 4 ahead of us. I will not attack here. I will Arsenal the Spinal Crush, though, and try to get them to plow under it later, or just save it for, like, combo turn later. We're here to play a game. If my opponent sits down and doesn't play, then why are we even here? I mean, that's fair, Matt. All right, so they are stacking trees and stuff like that too. 9-0 my RTN this weekend. Yo, Prince, let's go. That's awesome. Congrats. I mean, we're still going to make, like, this changes nothing. We still would have pitched like this. This would have been the exact same play no matter how it panned out. We're just going to block with these 3 cards and pass. Let's see. They have let 9 and 4 is 13, 14 cards come out of their deck, and we've let 14 cards come out of our deck as well. So we're tied on cards out of deck, and they loaded more than us. I don't think us getting fatigued is really going to be an issue, because at some point we will just start swinging the hammer if we need to. What a hand. What a hand. Are you not more scared of Acilio? I mean, like, Acilio is a matchup that we need to be, like, aware of. But I mean, like, I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm, like, super worried about it. Like, they have to combo us most of the time, because I'm running boots, gloves, and skullcap. So if they, like, do some damage and get ahead of us on life, then we are in a situation where we are able to, like, have access to AB5. Plus, AB2 a lot of times is just good enough. This can't be healthy. I mean, I agree. Like, this is not a healthy matchup at all. This is not a healthy matchup at all. The problem with playing Victor in, like, the meta right now, like, one of the big issues I will say, that, like, is not always, like, super obvious to a lot of people, is that if our opponent, like, if we tech our deck to beat Verdance, we get X amount of points. And if we tech our deck to beat Gravy Bones, we get less points into Gravy. We are always going to have more points into a Verdance deck by teching for it than we will into a Gravy Bones deck. So we can't really afford to. We can't really afford to, like, try to tech into Gravy Bones too much. It's not that great for us. Question anyway. What was your plan with this deck into Kano? Oh, there was never a plan into Kano. The plan was have a hot dog and enjoy lunch early. Like, we're never beating Kano with this deck. There is, like, almost 0 configurations of Kano that don't involve you high rolling. You could be on, like, a one of compliance if you wanted to, like Potch was at if you wanted to be on something like that, like how he was at Battle Hard Manila, which is, like, fine. But most of the time, like, it's not possible to win that matchup. Do we care about this? They have a Tilling, we have an E-Strike. Do we care about this? I don't think so. They can have a gold. All right. So disable goes to the bottom. We are going to pitch Golden Sun to tech plating and pass. I mean, I think our opponent has to understand what's going on here, right? Like, I think at this point in the game, they have to understand what's going on. I don't know that there's a world where, like, they are confused at what my objective is from here. We're going to block with everything but Command and Conquer. I lied. We've not given up a Command and Conquer yet. Wait, they didn't decompose this? I just realized that. Oh, they don't have 2 Earth cards. Okay, cool. So we're going to make a surge with the blue and pass. What is the plan here into Verdance? Right now, our plan is that we are below them on life, so our skull cap is turned on. We have a 1-of copy of Arcane Compliance and a 1-of copy of Poison the Will to try and like stunt their combo and slow them down. And we're also pitch stacking like Spinal Crushes and Command and Conquers and things like that. It's like right now that is our main objective, is to just like try to disrupt them second cycle after they get all their potions into play, and also like just making sure that we are staying in like a just making sure that like we are staying in like staying at a healthy life total. Like right now we're at 40 and it's turn 12, which is like a good place. This is where I want to be. We're going to pitch the Aftershock. All right, we put 2 blues on the bottom. Think we are safe to pitch the Command and Conquer to set up now and just pass. If they ever gain life or do anything, we will start sending the hammer again, which is fine. Buff power. We're just going to block 9 with 3 cards from hand. We'll just leave this on top and draw it. That's fine. He combos in the first 3 hands of second cycle to do what they were doing now. Is your pitch stack in time? Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Like, that's why we have the Spinal Crush set up in Arsenal. I didn't pitch it to try and set it up. Like, we're just playing the patient game right now. And plus, like, we're going to see how well this works with us being at 40. We're going to see how well this works with us being at 40. There's our Poison the Well. I don't think we're interested in pitching that at this point. I do not think we are interested in pitching that at this point in the game. Felling is going to make us put it on the bottom, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're going to block Bravado, Toig, and Skullcap here. We will Toig first. That's fine. Wow. We are going to target our opponent. Okay. We win both of these clashes. We blow up their Ring of Roses. Neither of us had a card to discard, but I wanted to get their Ring of Roses with that Clash of Bravado, and that's worth a gold to me. Can we get a live reaction of you looking at your spoiler card? I have not received my spoiler card yet. At least I had not received my spoiler card when the stream started. So... Oh... I def got it now? Oh, like we're like 100% sure that I have it now? Like we're confirmed that I have it now? Golden Sun going to the bottom. We're going to take 1. I think I'm okay taking our first point of damage here. Oh, so everyone else got their spoiler card? Okay. I mean, I will look at it. We can get a live reaction of me looking at the card. I can't show it to you guys, obviously, but like... Please blink 3 times if my spoiler is Blaze. Did I get the email? I haven't checked, Kevin. I haven't checked. Hey, Drew, I love you too, buddy. I mean, if everybody else's email came in, I'll check after this, and we can... You guys can get... We'll do like a reaction of me seeing my spoiler card for the first time. I just recorded my immediate reaction. Well, the good news is that if I record it here, it'll already be here. I won't have to do anything with it. which is funny. We'll pitch the gold main estate, I guess. It's probably wrong. It's probably supposed to pitch Macho there. We're up 5, or we're down 5. We're going to swing the hammer. I love spoiler season. Spoiler season is so much fun. Spoiler season is so much fun. We hit a golden sun? Cool. That's awesome. Hit a golden sun, Milder Fruits of the Forest. Seems like a decent exchange for us. I need my Bolton cards? That's hilarious. I'm very excited to see the cards that are not reprints. I'm very excited to see the cards that are not reprints. All right, there's third healing potion. Are there any like big arcane spells out of their deck? No. No, there's one Burn Bear out of their deck. So we just have to keep passing like this. Which is like kind of hilarious. I don't know when spoilers start. I truly do not know when spoiler season starts, but I can tell you that I am excited for spoiler season. I'm excited to do something fun for my new card. Waiting to see what our opponent's going to do. We are down 1, so we're still not attacking. At the latest right now, it's the 30th of January because of Mansant spoiler card. Okay. Just going to skip my arsenal. Really wish they gained life so we could churn through our deck faster. It is also weird to think that we're down on cards right now, as weird as that is. At this point, at this rate, we'll get a healing potion spoiler. That's so funny. Yep. That's fine. We're just going to block 6. We'll Arsenal a Command and Conquer and try to set up for combo. I have to go for coaching, but just know you'll be on mute in the background so I can see your reaction. Well, I appreciate that, Rose. I appreciate that. So at 34 cards, that would have been what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hands away. I knew better than to play one more of these games. I knew better than to play one more of these. Spoiler season might start before the end of this game. That is facts. That is crazy how true that is. I mean, we played 20 turns. It's been 26 and a half minutes in this game right now, according to Talishar. And it is 40 to 39, which is hilarious. I mean, absolutely hilarious. Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say. And then we'll just go Riches, Blue, Spinal Crush. And then I guess we'll make a... No, we're just... We'll IP this so that when they attack us, we can just block with it. Should be at least like a couple blues in every hand the rest of the way. Should be at least a couple of blues in every hand the rest of the way. Is this the riveting gameplay you guys were hoping to see tonight? Oh, man. The real question is, do they have enough attacks in their deck to fatigue us? Like, do we have to start attacking them at some point with the hammer? Also, I was looking for gameplay versus Verdance. I mean, playing against Huntsman, Remembrance, and Goldmane Estate, just staying alive. Like, we're literally just trying to live until we get there. The funny part is with Surge and Aethertide, like, we're technically both further in the game state. Yo, what up? BS? We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with BS. I like it. What's up, buddy? How are you? CNC goes to the bottom, which is fine. We block with Aftershock and Thunk. Are there any Fellings left? I should probably look. There's no Fellings left, so we don't like. There's one E-Strike left and one Tilling, so there's still things they could do. This has been hilarious. And they're gonna discard. Oh no, they wanted to Arsenal Twining. Yeah, I mean they're looking for their combo. That makes sense. "22 turns and only 1 life lost. What is happening here?" We're trying a new strategy against Verdance right now. Oh, if they hit our cast homes, then we're just gonna have to play good math against them. That's all we can do. Yeah, if they hit our cast homes, we're in a pretty tough spot. Admittedly, Vitor. Admittedly, that does put us in a tough spot against Huntsman. But if it happens, it happens. You know, we'll pivot, use Remembrance and good like defensive value to be able to try and play offense with it. We're not swinging hammer because I am down 1 life, and if they take 3, or if they block 3 and take 1, they turn off Skullcap and they can leak damage. We are not attacking trying to keep Skullcap alive. Channel the Millennium Tree is pretty good. I mean, they can definitely push through damage on stuff like this, and there's almost nothing we can do about it. For 4? I mean, yeah, that's fine. I was definitely expecting there to be like a tall arcane spell there. I was 100% expecting that to be light up the leaves. Oh, this Verdance is on like mega tilt. They are like super like they are on the edge right now. They are on mega tilt. Or maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't mind playing the game this way. Maybe they're like, sure, like whatever you want to do, bud. I don't really know what that blue +1 that keeps popping up. I think it's the action point, maybe. Like the game keeps saying like you're gaining your action point or something. I really don't know, to be honest. Are there any plow unders left? There's one. Yo, they pitch stack double tree. That's actually juice. That is actually some juice. It's +1 action point for the go again. That's kind of cool. All right, so they get to keep that. We're just gonna throw the CNC, and we're gonna arsenal the poison the well. It's gonna be the plan.
Some bees, you say?
Yo, Bringe with the 5 bits. I appreciate it, dog. Can we call it Dad's House instead of Cast Homes? I'm so in for that. I like Dad's House. I've heard Daddy's Money. I think Dad's House might actually be my favorite. I thought it would be fun to have Visit Goldman Estate be altered into Bear in the Big Blue House. That was a cartoon when I was a kid. I always thought that would be fun to like have that altered that way. All right, so they crowned that away, which is fine. We're gonna put Poison the Well in our arsenal, and then we'll probably just like hold the poison, and we'll try to hang on to the poison and the Arcane Compliance whenever it comes back around for the rest of the game. Oh, there it is. How about that? We'll probably just try to hold these for the rest of the game. I don't think we have another plan, to be honest. Let's do this. In Brazil, we just call it Daddy's Money, please. That's so funny. I mean, we get to block 5 on this tilling. I assume they'll decompose just to push damage through. Maybe we get lucky and they don't. Okay, they do, which is smart. So we're going to go to 30 here. We could have pitched the Arcane Compliance. I mean, the 4th pot's not even in play, so maybe we're supposed to. But we'll go to 30. They do not keep the tree, and on our turn, we're just going to pass. I like having the Compliance in our hand. Compliance and Poison the Well not being block cards is tough, but that's okay. That is okay. I want to visit Goldman Estate Alt Art. That's just the horse, just like rolling around in a pile of gold. That would be cool. I do like that idea. See, like the mental blocks and stuff like that, that's when I'm like, okay, they're probably out of attacks at that point. And I don't think we've seen an Evergreen yet. So that's good. See, this would be an awesome turn for them to like try and pop off because of the riches and stuff. This would be a great turn for us. Are they out of Plow Wonders? I think there's one left when we looked earlier. There's one here, and there's one over here. So there is one Plow Wonder. I mean, they may snipe our Poison the Well at some point. There's not really a ton we can do about that, to be honest. They said they're thinking. No problem. Keep in mind, we have 13 minutes left, opponent. Because I'm like, kind of like, I want to see if this can be done in time. If we're both playing the game, can this be done in time? If they ever leave us with a card, I'll just swing the hammer. Oh. Well, they're thinking about something. I don't know. That's also kind of like part of the question that we're asking ourselves is like, do I have the ability to like sit through this right now? They're debating popping off, I think. Like, I think they're debating using their, like, maybe they're not on Amulet. I truly don't know. Your one desire.
Some biddies, you say.
Yo, Bringe, thanks for the 5 bits, dog. I appreciate it. We're going to pitch Cranial Crush to this. Having Riches is almost kind of like cheating on a turn like this. Okay. I'm really intrigued. I am really intrigued by this play. So they're just going to throw this for 10. Are they trying to bait me into using it? I think they're trying to bait me into using it. Or maybe they're just giving up one of those copies to be able to try to get me low enough. I don't know. I mean, that's... How many Burn Bears and Light Up the Leaves are gone now? I mean, I'm just going to pass. It doesn't matter. I can look on their turn. Do you know any other songs? Actually, my favorite Backstreet Boys song is Larger Than Life, which I know is like kind of weird. Most people laugh when I tell them that, but that is like my favorite Backstreet Boys song is Larger Than Life. Okay. So this goes to the bottom. This is their last Plow Under. We are going to block 6, play Remembrance, get back some number of blues, I guess.
Some biddies, you say.
Let's get a sample. Oh, we got a whole $1 for that. Yo, we get a whole $1 for a sample of Larger Than Life. And that makes you larger than life. Now, now, now. Now, 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 now. I love that song. I also don't think they're on Amulet. Vitor, I do not think they're on Amulet.
Some biddies, you say.
We could. Like, if we're gonna put the Compliance in Arsenal because they're basically off of one pot anyway. So just playing Remembrance is fine here. I think we just want Estates, right? And like Command and Conquerors. Like, I really don't want to get a bunch of reds back into the deck, but I do think getting one CNC is fine. Because it allows us to try and disrupt their combo. And then Arcane Compliance is solid. And we could crack 5 gold just to try and find the Poison the Will faster and then sit on it. That is something we could do. Playing with this Victor versus Verdance scenario, there's a high chance of a tie on time, right? I mean, it is decently possible. We are at 41 minutes and 15 seconds right now. So it seems like there is like a decent chance that that happens. We're also in a scenario now where they've dealt damage to us, so we can just start swinging Hammer. Like, we have a few solid turns of Hammer. But yes, it is very possible, Neutro, that like we do run into like a tie or something because like something happens. Okay. There's both of their other 2 Light Up the Leaves. Interesting. I actually think them giving up 1 card. I think them giving up the 1 card is actually them giving up the Rampant Growth in Life to try and deal damage to us actually helps us. Legit didn't pay attention to how much a bit conversion really was. I find it funnier that every time you sing or hum, I throw a nickel at you. Oh, it's hilarious. The idea that like I am like just singing to like that like I am just like singing to like entertain you, and you are like literally throwing a nickel at me is hysterical. It is actually hysterical. Just saw your question. Your situation of activating tectonic plating and the opposite player just passing would still qualify as a deadlock under the comprehensive rules. You are taking a game action, but it has to be a game action that moves towards the end game. Okay, so tectonic plating does not count as moving towards the end game. Thank you, David. Thank you for pointing that out. I think that was what Elaine said earlier too, the 4.5.4e. I think Elaine mentioned that earlier, but I do appreciate you pointing that out and saying that. Because I mean, like that's good knowledge to have. It's good knowledge to have. Are there any burn berries left in the deck? No, there's just the 2 light up the leaves they pitched. So
Some biddies, you say?
Bridge, thanks for the nickel, dog. We're just gonna pitch more blues. Now we're at a part of the game where we're keeping cards in our deck pretty consistently. I mean, keep up life and just keep doing this. Buy yourself something nice, kiddo. Yo, I appreciate it. It is absolutely horrendous that there's a deck that incentivizes that kind of situation. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so David, I will say somebody did tell me earlier that the top 8 thing works. Somebody with higher life totals wins in that situation. Somebody did tell me that earlier. Dave told us that earlier. And I agree. It is very sad that like there is a world that like this is like what we have to do to win. And I don't really know like if you're like directing that at like how I have to play this matchup as Victor KC, or if you mean more of like from the Verdance that like Verdance incentivizes this style of game plan with Skullcap. But yeah, I agree. I mean, if it truly comes down to that, like we like I mean, I don't know. Like, are we just supposed to take the Verdance loss? Or are we just supposed to extend the hand and say, like, yeah, it's a draw? Thanks. This could very well be their combo turn. And if it is their combo turn, we might just be dead. Without Poison the Well here, they're already off of 1, which means it's 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11. So it would be 22. We blocked the pings. Wish this was a blue, but understandably, it is what it is. Is this our last heartbeat? Yes, it is their last heartbeat. So if they're wanting to do the thing, they have to do the thing. AB6 is diabolical. I agree. And somehow it's still not enough in this matchup. How crazy is that? You're optimizing for what the Wizard Stormstrider's deck can do? Yeah. You shuffled from Remembrance. It seems like Poison the Well still ended up on the bottom. That is true. I mean, if we had cracked all 4 gold last turn, we still would not have found the Poison the Well, which is like hysterical. I wonder if there's any world where if we think they're going to combo us, we crack a bunch of gold and then just like hold like 5 blues in hand. Like more than we normally would hold in hand and just stare at them. I wonder if there's ever a world where that's correct. How is my gravy matchup? It's not great. It is not great. If you are looking to make your gravy matchup better, I would suggest to you that you should try to look for like ramparts. Like adding a rampart to your sideboard would be a very powerful thing to do. They keep doing this, and I don't understand. I am so perplexed by this decision. Okay. Okay, here we go. I don't think the light up the leaves are back up to the top of the deck yet, but I don't know. And if I was going to play something else in Columbus, it would probably be Florian. Like that would probably be the other deck I would play in Columbus this weekend. So, I mean, technically you can put this on the stack and maintain priority. Like, that's not a problem. Okay, so this gains 10. This comes in for 11. We have to take this down to 15. And then if they go to play another spell, we have the compliance. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, opponent. That is not what I wanted. So they're going to play Arcane Twinning, and they are going to... And then this comes in for 1. We go to 14, and now we win. I thought they were discarding. If they had went off with another Rampant Growth in Life on that turn cycle for... They amped 10. If they would have amped 22, that would have came in for 23. I would be at 3. And then I would take 1 and go to 2. Which means it would be all about if they have an arcane spell in this hand. We need to deduct from this hand what they have to see if we would have lost the game if they had played this game correctly. If this is my next RTN's meta, any changes you would make? 5 Gravy, 4 Syndra, Cilio, KO Kasai, 2 Verdance. If you're only seeing 2 Verdance at your... Wait, is that 3 Verdance? I mean, if you're really worried about Gravy, I would be on, like, Rampart and stuff. If you are really worried about Gravy, I would be on Rampart and stuff like that. There's our Poison the Well. Ayo.
Let's freaking go.
They could only do this for 1. Yo, David, Brandon, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. It means a lot. Appreciate that a whole bunch. Yeah, I guess I'm just like trying to like look for some clarification here on like how worried are you about playing Gravy? Like, are you super worried about that matchup? Can you counter Compliance with Stormstrider and another spell? Yes, because this targets a spell, so I have to target something, and if you Stormstrider something, the amp from this is the next spell to resolve, which means you could 110% like absolutely like just beat that. Yes, absolutely, Cryo. Oh, I did forget our questions. Ooh, interesting. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you are new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. They are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. Would love to get to know more about you guys while we're hanging out. So we're not going to draw a card, which is fine. And we're going to do this. Yeah, the Verdance trigger, like Fruits of the Forest, like would also be like a great way to stack that. Yeah, Liam, 100%. No, the amp moves. The first card you play each turn. Oh, no, it moves when they do it off the Rampant Growth in Life, not off Surge and Aethertide. Sorry, that is incorrect. That is incorrect. You are correct. We could not have gotten blown out by the Stormstriders there. There's not a world where we get blown out by Stormstriders there. So we have 16 cards and they have 15 cards in their deck. We just have to be aware of the life totals now. Yeah, if I'm at 12, that Ripple Away is 110% better on the combat chain. Like, that was a card out of their deck, and it denied me, like, a card and 1 value, which I don't really think is correct. Yeah, I'm trying to focus on the game to make sure that we are like playing this correctly. Again, like we're trading a card out of their deck for a card out of our deck in a matchup that we are like we are just trying to run them out of cards. So this is just hammer for 8. We're just throwing hammer every turn the rest of the game. There was not an arcane spell in that following hand, by the way. Or there was, it was twinning or twining. So they would have been able to do 1 damage to us on that following turn, which means we would have, if they would have had the second, the second rampant growth in life on that turn without us having to poison the well, then we absolutely would have still won this game. We would be pitching very differently and keeping multiple blues in our hands throughout the rest of the game. But we would more than likely win this game. More than likely we win this game either way. They blocked 6 there. I mean, you gave up 2 cards out of your deck to protect 1 card from your deck off the top. Now, they were like 2 defensive cards, but still, like, they were cards nonetheless, so... And they've shown us they're not on Evergreen to this point, so, like, we should just have this. Yeah, I had to double-check the wording off of the Ether Tide to make sure, because Vitor was correct. There's 2 light up the leaves left in their deck, but we are at 12. It's not possible for us to die anymore. They had to have arcane spells in that 1 hand to be able to kill us. There's still 2 light up the leaves left in their deck, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's 2 left. Well, I mean, they might have just conceded. By the way, this game definitely went to time. Oh, no, there they are. Okay. I mean, yeah, if they're still there and want to play it out, I'm here to play it out. Let's do it. You are my fire. They put E-Strike back on the bottom of the deck. I mean, they're trying to fatigue me.
Some biddies, you say?
They are giving it hell. I will give them that. They are giving it hell. I think the third one is in Banish, if I remember correctly. Yeah, all of their heartbeats are gone now. Give us the third Ripple Away, please. No? Okay. Activate Tech Plating, swing the hammer for 8. Once we run out of cards, we can just start sending attacks upstairs, or we'll just keep sending the hammer. I mean, at this point, like, we've been here for 56 minutes. I'm going to make them play it out to the end of the game. Even though, like, I am very confident we have won this game from here. Even those 2 copies of Light Up the Leaves shouldn't be enough to save them. Shouldn't be. Make it to 67 minutes. Oh, man. We'll have to... We got to go to bed at some point. Yeah, guys, I don't know if we're going to make it to Arc Raiders tonight. I apologize. I agree. This is cancer. This is... trust me. I love fatigue, but this is not what I want to be doing with my day. This is cancer for everybody involved, I promise. Now they're going to play the other Light Up the Leaves in their hand. Okay. I mean, that's fine too. Like, whatever. I don't even think I'm going to make surges anymore. Like, I just... How many Everblooming lives are left in their deck? I just thought about that. There's one there. Oh, they don't even have like Everbloom loop at this point. Yeah, this game's super cooked. Against a Florian that held priority for 4 seconds after every action because of the well-grounded option. Oh my god, that sounds terrible. I mean, yeah, like we're here. We're making him play it out. Like that's gone. I mean, I don't know what's happening. I have always hold priority on because I like to. I like to never miss anything. I don't ever want to skip through something if I don't need to. Oh, they're discarding it. Interesting. Bold move, Belichick. Throw it to the wide open Gronk. So the Poison the Well is actually just a blue at this point. The power of Bonk. So, I mean, they're going to draw their light up the leaves here, but it still doesn't matter. Like, even if they had Twining and Waning Moon, it's still only 10, right? Like, there's still not enough room for them to, like, have the reach off of Striders to kill us. They would have to, like, yeah, they just can't kill us at instant speed. Yeah, blue that doesn't win clashes. I know, right? How ironic. Wow, there's still a Shelter in their deck? Crazy. This shows you how little I have attacked over the course of the 37 turns that we've played. Arsenal CNC. Come on. We're almost there, pal. We're almost there. What are you possibly thinking about? I mean, honestly, you know what? I tip my hat to my opponent for playing this game out like this. This is kind of crazy. This is actually kind of crazy. Yep, there it is. They're gonna throw light up the leaves at us, I'm sure. They're gonna throw Surge and Ether Tide. We're gonna oh, we have a go again hand? Alright, cool. Oh no, this is buff power. Interesting. So they're now going to have no cards left in their deck, which means throwing the hammer is irrelevant. So we want to throw Command and Conquer to try and get their arsenal, I guess. Zach obviously wants the run back. Yo, Damien, you are crazy, dog. You want to play the Oldham Mirror real quick? Holden, I believe we could have played the Oldham Mirror faster than this game went. I genuinely believe that. We're over an hour right now. So if we get to top 8, I know the strategy. Which is kind of wild. Yeah. I mean, I think I could play like a lot faster than this. Arcane Compliance was insane in this game. It was... Every other deck has played Waning Moon against us, so like clearly... I mean, yeah, we're gonna AB4, which is like hilarious, I think. Yeah, no, I like Arcane Compliance has been fine. It's not been like the standout card I was hoping it to be because we haven't played against Surge and Ether Tide. but it has been good. Like, it has not been bad by any means. This has got to be our last Golden Sun, right? All right, there's no longer a world where we die, so we just take 5 and go to 4. Like, there's no longer a world where we like die to some nonsense. And we're not worried about Everbloom loop, so we're just gonna do this. No, I agree. Holden, I think we definitely could have played 2 Oldemirs. I love the Oldemir. Like, that is a matchup we probably could have played 2 of in this amount of time. A game of Risk would have ended already is a wild statement. A full government hour on the computer sim. There are really are more players than ever. Oh man. What a time. What a time to be alive. D&D campaign over, that's a good one. I like that one. Truly, I appreciate that they are still trying. Because they're going to like keep the blue and they'll light up the leaves here. I'm going to throw 10 at them. And then inevitably next turn we're going to get them. It doesn't matter. I shouldn't have hit undo. I'm so used to there being a priority window to things, and there's just not there. They're going to go to 5. They're going to throw this arcane spell at us. Oh, are they going to block with equipment? Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess technically you get value out of your gauntlet here, which is hilarious. I mean, yeah, if this was the end of a Flesh and Blood tournament, I would be very sad. Very sad. Oh, they're just going to do this over and over again. Wow. Well, I'm just trying to close the game out. You know what, opponent? You made me go all 41 turns, an hour and 5 minutes. I have never. Yeah, so Arcane Compliance was actually really good that game. So against Surgent Aethertide, we have to have it. We have to have it, is basically the answer. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's such a headache. Op tried to bait us out with first Rampant for mini combo. Arcane Compliance saved how much? Like 22 damage. Saved 22 life on the Arcane Compliance saved 22 life on the combo turn with, or no, I'm sorry, it did not save 22 life. It saved what, 11 life? Saved 11 life on combo turn with Surgeon. Compliance is the only way to beat Surgeon consistently. God, that's a headache. God, that is such a headache. That is a nightmare. What's the answer? Like, what's the answer to not having to do that? Also, I'm going to look and see if I did get my spoiler card or not. Ah, here we go. Oh, they even give me the date of when I'm gonna reveal it and stuff. You guys want to do a live react while I'm here to me taking a look at my spoiler card? Can't show it to you guys, obviously. But you know, the real answer is Peck Perfect. I mean, yeah. Not playing Skullcap and playing AB5 Null Rune, and that won't help anyway. I don't think that solves our problem. I mean, yeah, like I'll just like we'll have like a live react to it, and I don't know. I'll have to figure out something before Thursday because this cannot be the plan into Verdance. That's just freaking miserable. All right, you guys are gonna get live react of me looking at my spoiler card, and then we're gonna wrap up the stream. All right, let's take a look at it for the very first time. Okay, well, I have time to be able to figure that out. Do I have this? I'm going to put this on me so there's like no accidents here where I like accidentally put this on the screen or something. I feel so weird because I can't say anything about it. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm actually not trolling. This. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm going to have to cut the stream off because I want to say something, but oh my god. LSS, if you watch this, thank you for my spoiler card. Oh my god, I feel like a child on Christmas right now. Oh my god. Oh my god, please somebody clip this and send it to me, Jesus. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Man. All right, I can't say anything. I can't say anything. I guess I can tell you guys the date. I guess that's okay. I guess I can tell you guys the date. I don't think that's going to be a problem. That goes up live anyway, right? Like that goes up live on February, or I'll put it up there for everybody to be able to see. Yeah, so I think that's fine. I think that's fine for me to tell you guys that. I don't know. I'm trying not to get in trouble right now. Saturday the 31st. Saturday the 31st is my reveal date. Saturday the 31st is my reveal date. So yeah. Make sure you catch that. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. I know tonight was not the most riveting gameplay. Thank you guys for hanging out and being here. I really appreciate y'all chilling. You know, like, follow, subscribe, all those free buttons. It goes a long way in helping me out. If you're at Calling Columbus this weekend, come say hi to me. I'd really appreciate it. New episode of Breakpoints coming out tomorrow. We got episode 20, part 5 coming out for you guys tomorrow. And we'll be back on Thursday with our final stream before Columbus. So thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. Enjoy Breakpoints tomorrow. And I'll see you guys on Thursday. Take it easy, guys.